And it's just like that. We live. Welcome everybody to the Winter Service Podcast. It's myself, GP Arion, and for once on time, the Queen of the Hats, Dr.
Don't
Shelley.
do that. Hello, America.
Dr. Shelley, what's going on?
Not much. Just glad to be back, on time at that.
Definitely. It's definitely always cool to have the whole gang back. We got a lot of stuff that we're gonna go over today. We got the turf wars, the last war in Austin, Texas, that happened a couple weekends ago. Live, a whole bunch of information that need to be put out. I heard there was a pickleball, table tennis, volleyball, a lot of stuff going on at that meet and greet, man. So I'm just anxious to hear how that shit went. We got a couple of the champions backstage to talk about their time in Austin, Texas, and then at some point we want to get to the Legacy Sports Midnight Madness. We definitely have a lot of information that we need to put out. Thank everybody for who's supporting and putting teams in, but there's going to be some information that's going to be come out a little bit later. So if you're planning on attending that, stay tuned. We got some information for you so you can get out to your players, your coaches, your captains, and your team. But other than that, man, what's going on, big dog? Hey, man, you got your filter on?
No, I don't got my filter on.
Oh, okay. It look like you got contacts. Your eyes gray. Is that some?
My eyes great, Dr. Shelley. My eyes look great to you.
What you got going on?
They look normal to me. Maybe
Really?
he's trying to say.
Hey, what did I tell you, Ariana? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? All she good is for is being a co-signer with you. Everything you say. That's all she good for, bro. That's it.
Said
We just had this conversation earlier.
Dr. Shelley.
Maybe he's glowing.
Dr. Shelley.
He glowing?
Man.
It could be glowing.
No, is he or is he not glowing? Because I feel like he got some work. He got some work done on his face since the last time we seen him.
For another man to be gazing into another man's eyes on a podcast, to me, is just odd. To me.
Is it? I mean,
it's odd.
What are you looking at? You're looking at the screen. You're looking at me as I talk, right?
I'm looking at Dr. Shelley, and I'm looking at the guest backstage, and I'm looking at my mom as well too, because she just came on here. I want to wish her a happy birthday again. Her birthday was 5 days ago, so I want to wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom! I feel like Dr. Shelley. I feel like that was a disclaimer that he let me know that, so I could just leave him alone. So that's cool.
She turned.
I definitely do that. But I appreciate it. Happy birthday, Mom! Yeah,
my mom. She turned 25 again.
That's what's up.
Again, she turned 25 again. So it's a beautiful time of year. I know a lot of us are gearing up for the holidays. How y'all feeling about the holidays coming up? What y'all thankful for? I'm gonna say real quick. I'm thankful to have two amazing individuals like yourself and Dr. Shelley join me on this podcast. I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful for the guests, the amazing group of guests that we're gonna have join us as well.
Yeah, his mom is definitely watching, Dr. Shelley. His mom is definitely watching. I've never heard him give us any type of praises like that in front of nobody ever. But it's all good.
I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful. For that.
Personally, man, I got mixed emotions about the holidays coming up because it's been outside of the kickball, it's been a rough year. It's been a chaotic year. It's been a lot of shit that's been going on. People been having to figure things out. But for the most part, besides all that, I'm glad to be here for another Thanksgiving, another year on this earth, and just trying to figure it out. So, as long as we have each other and we're able to, celebrate one another and have family, congregate, and have fun, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. What the definition of Thanksgiving is, I think we should try to kind of change that, because I just look at it as, besides what the meaning is, I'm able to congregate with my friends and family and have dinner, and we just, have fun. So,
yeah, that's the most important thing. Dr. Shelley, what about you?
Man, you know what I'm thankful for? I'm gonna piggyback off of GP. This has been a year. Good things and bad things. But one thing I am thankful for is pruning season. Because sometimes
What
you got
season?
the
What
pruning,
season?
my pruning season, like
The
things.
pruning season?
Yeah, you ever heard that in church?
No, I've never
No,
heard
he
that.
don't go.
So pretty much pruning, taking things apart, getting rid of what's not good for you, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that was let me see, people. It could be people. It could be your position within the workplace. It could just mean different things of just kind of letting go and let things be done. So
Got you.
I'm thankful for that.
It could
Copy
be
that.
it could be
Copy that.
staff
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. It could be letting go of some of that. Uh,
You gotta say.
I know.
You got jokes. I'm gonna laugh.
Oh,
I'm
that
gonna
boy
laugh.
terrible. That boy
I
cannot
can't.
help himself. I swear. I
I can't even
swear.
be serious. I can't even be serious with this guy GP, man. I can't even be serious, man. All right, so look, before we get too deep into the conversation and stuff like that, I think we can have one. It's been a while since we all got on the podcast together, so I'm just thankful for that. But we got an amazing group of individuals backstage that we know are eager and ready to kind of share a lot of what they just recently experienced a few weeks ago. And we didn't get a chance to really connect with them before we just came on and went live.
Right.
But I know they can hear us backstage. So, Dr. Shelley was kind of giving y'all just a kind of like a quick overview of what this podcast is like. And it's very informal. We freestyle everything. We don't prep any questions in advance. We don't do any of that. We bring you on and we just talk and we just have just a real conversation. And, that's what we want to do today. But before we do that, Austin GP, it was an amazing event. It was an amazing experience. Dr.
Man,
Shelley, I know that you all weren't able to attend, but just to kind of summarize things, I think that for us, I think from start to finish, it probably was our best event of the year from start to finish, right? In terms of
Mhm.
um, the meet and greet all the way to the closeout. I think that we had a really good turnout at the meet and greet. The players came, but not just that, they came ready to compete. The biggest thing for us at our meet and greets is we really love for it to be engaging and interactive and things like that. So we set up the meet and greet in an atmosphere that was really going to help us accomplish that. We went to a place called Pop Stroke. And they had a variety of different games: putt, volleyball, ping pong, pickleball, and in all reality, the people who are coming to this meet and greet are competitors. We're all competitors, right? We came up, we flew all the way to Austin to do what? Compete over the weekend. And so for us, it just started that Friday, and it was just amazing to see how many people just kind of, was dialed into that, and then it just carried throughout the rest of the weekend. The competition, the vibes, the fun, and it was an amazing experience. So, I think we're going to talk about a lot of that on the podcast, but just high level, I wanted to kind of just share that with y'all. You know. But who we got backstage, GP?
As of right
Who we
now, we
should
got
bring
Bree
on?
backstage. She looked like she's at her game, so we could bring her on first.
Yeah. So let's
And
bring
I
the
thought
women. Let's bring the women from Texas out first because I know they got games and it will. Let
okay.
me
I
make our
thought
way
you
to
said you could
Dr.
see who
Gibson.
backstage. You asking me?
No, I can't see who backstage.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Okay.
see who backstage.
First and foremost, congratulations, Bree. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
And I can see like the kickball don't stop for you. You know what I'm saying? You
Nope,
you, you
we're
got the
here.
you
Never
got the
ending.
you got that championship. You came back and you back in the lab.
Yep, getting work in. We're here.
Never
Ready.
ending. Never ending. Bree, congrats on what y'all ladies were able to accomplish. You know, H-Town Chickaholics. Y'all, for some reason, it seems as though y'all are constantly overlooked. Y'all won in Auburn, made it to the championship in Orlando, yet we go into Austin and there's a 16% hanging over your head. Can you explain to us what that 16% was all about? Because we'd love to know.
Well, honestly, we just knew that we had something to prove because no one really believed in us after Auburn. It was kind of one of those like, oh, first tournament, like, oh, they got lucky type thing. And
Mhm.
then when we showed up to Orlando and we balled out, we came up short. And so there were some things said like, oh yeah, see, like, you know, that's not the Chickaholics. And
Mhm.
so we just, I mean, honestly, we came to Austin hungry. Like we practiced, we got together, we were in our group me talking about what we need to work on, things that we needed to execute, and we had a goal to take it back. And we were in our own backyard, so we decided that there was no better time than Austin to show them that we mean business when we come to play.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mhm.
That's what's up. So let me. I got a quick question for you because I heard everything you said, but one of the questions I have is, who was they? Because you say they said that it was luck, or they said that. Did you really have something to prove to somebody else, or did you have something to prove to yourself?
I mean, not that we have anything to prove to anybody but ourselves, because we know who we are and we know what we can do. But, there's always people talking, there's always people saying things, and we just, we let them talk and we just let our game talk for us. But yes, we heard some haters talking. We heard some
They're
things,
gonna do that.
That ain't
and
nothing but bulletin board material. That's all that is.
exactly. So we
Look,
just we just shut up and showed up,
That's it.
and we did what we had to do.
That's
Bree,
what's
they
up.
used to hate. They used to hate on my team all the time too. I think we should do a special segment and podcast where we just kind of give the ins and outs and talk about my team for one special segment, but we'll leave that for a later discussion. One thing that I want to talk about, Bree, is on Sunday, I was sitting at the tent, and throughout the day, I'll get notifications in terms of what the scores are throughout the day, right? So like we get the updates from the referees in real time immediately after the game ends. And through the first two pool play games, your team lost the first two games, right? And so I'm looking at the scores as they're coming in, and I'm like, oh shit, Chickaholics, they need to win this next game if they are even gonna have a chance to make it in the single elimination, right? So I want you to share with me what was the mindset of the women after those first two games, and how was it that you all were able to rally together and just kind of turn things around after that?
Well, I will say that it goes back to us like handpicking who we want on the team, because it was hard. We did come out flat. We did come out, the first game that we played was against Detroit, and the score was 15-10, so that was a high scoring game in itself, both offensively, and the other team defensive. Like when we were on defense they scored a lot, and then we were on offense we scored a lot. So it was one of those things that we knew we could do it. We knew that we were able to perform. We knew that we were able to score. We knew that we were able to do everything, but we just had to wake up and do it. We also take the first couple pool play games to be like our like kind of test it out, feel where people should be, how people are feeling for the day. So I do give that to part of the reason, why we, did lose. But once after that second game, Aisha and I came together, and I was like, look, girl, if we not doing this, like we need to bring them together. We need to figure out what it is, because we're not going home before the elims. Like we're not. That's not what Chickaholics do. Like we need. So her and I talked for a little bit, and then we brought the team together, and we're like, hey guys, like we all know how to ball. We all know how to play. We're all on this team for a reason. We got to shake off, the last few games, and we have something to prove to ourselves. Like we can't let what everybody's saying be the truth, and because we know that it's not. And then after that, we just got a little fire under us, and we were hyped for everything. Every out we made, we were hyping each other up, lifting each other up. Every score, every kick, we were all in. And I think that that's what really brought us up, was knowing like, hey, it's okay, like get the next one, and just picking up each other's slack when we were down a little bit. But it goes all back to being a part of the program and not the whole program, like I said last time.
And that's dope, and that's it showed on the field.
Gang, gang.
It showed on the field. It showed on the
Hi,
field. Yeah.
everybody. How y'all
Hey,
doing?
what's up?
Chickaholic,
Yeah.
Chickaholic
What's
here.
up, Champ? What's up, Champ? GP, Dr. Shelley, y'all got anything? Because I do have a few other questions, but
I do too, but I wanted to give our other co-host, Dr. Shelley, an opportunity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, to ask some questions, because you be hogging this shit all the time.
I know, that's why I stopped and asked, did y'all have any other questions?
No, I don't have any questions as of right now. It's just you know what? Yes, I do. So the time that you was on before, which was it? You said the Auburn one was when y'all won. Did you
Yes.
keep your same team this go round, or you had to revamp?
So in Auburn, we had two out-of-state players that couldn't come back. We told them like, hey, you're original Chickaholic, like you're part of our team, but they were unable to come to this tournament. So we brought two other players that were supposed to travel with us at the beginning, but were unable to travel at that time. So they were able to come this time. So it's people who are naturally chickaholics. They just couldn't make that tournament. So yeah, I mean, it was two new people that from the original Auburn tournament, but other than that, it's the same foundation team.
Okay, so I got another question. So, say for example, there's a tournament on the calendar, and you know your core people are not able to make it. Do you still see yourself coming as kickaholics, or do you see yourself?
Chickaholics.
I mean, I'm sorry, chickaholics, or being that would you change the name, being that you don't have your core players?
Honestly, that's a good question. We really like are selective on, going because, a lot of the people on our team are like I myself am a teacher. We have a few other teachers on the team. We have some parents, some moms on the team. So we kind of get the feel from the beginning and see, and then we just go from there. But there hasn't really been a tournament where we didn't have our core people, so we had to make that decision. But I'm sure that we would probably not go because our name is our name for a reason, and each girl on our team holds a piece of that name. So
Okay.
Yeah.
probably not.
Because you know how
Just
some
like
people may want to go into a tournament and they know they don't have that full team, and let's just say they go to the tournament and they don't perform the way that they expected to perform, and then that's where the excuses can come out. Well, I didn't have my core players this, and I didn't have that. So, just wanted to know your thoughts as a person
Yeah,
over.
we honestly probably wouldn't, just because I mean we take our name serious, and we take, like that's our team. Like we're not just a team, we're a family. So like everybody that is on that team holds a part of that name. So we wouldn't want to just like they're not replaceable. They're not easily replaceable. We're a solid team and a solid group. So we wouldn't just, all right, well, you
Just
can't
no, just
come next.
okay.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. And I love how y'all say y'all take your name serious, like that boy Denzel in American Gangster when he talked about Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand by it. I guarantee it.
My name is my name.
Yeah,
Right.
my name. So it's, and you got to take your brand seriously. So okay, Bree, real quick, last question for me, because I know y'all got to prep. Y'all got a game coming up shortly, and we have other guests that I know are patiently waiting backstage. So my last question for you is: in Orlando, when we last saw you, you guys faced up in the championship against You Tried It.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, You Tried It. They won that one, right? So fast forward to Austin a few weeks ago. You face them again. What did you ladies do differently in this game that you didn't do in Orlando? Was there anything that you learned from Orlando that you applied to this game that you felt gave you the edge to win?
Honestly, I mean, we give them credit for beating us in Orlando. However, it was literally one bad inning. Like it was just one. They got it over our outfielder's head, and they got a few runs in, and then it was hard for us to climb out of that hole because we were already like neck and neck at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So when they
Mm-hmm.
got that lead, it was harder for us to, climb back out of that hole. So this time we just made adjustments. We told the outfielders, play where you're comfortable. You're in this position for a reason. Why you're there. So just play. Like you know what you're doing. And we were more talkative. Like everybody had each other's backs. Everybody was ready to be a cutoff. Like everybody was just on their toes and not sleeping, because we all knew that in Orlando it was one little thing that changed the whole game. So we made sure that we didn't allow that to happen again. And there was
Understood.
there was a time where they tried the big kick, and someone on the side was like, "Got him!" And my girl
Mm-hmm.
caught it, and I was like, Put some respect on
Mm-hmm.
my girl. Watch your mouth."
Right. Right.
Because
Right. Right.
because fool us once, shame on us. But it's not gonna be a second time. So
Right. Yeah. Hey, that's that. Look, that's what I'll be saying when they talk about GP. I'll be like, man, don't talk about my girl like that, man. When they talk about GP, I'll be saying the same thing, Dr. Shelley.
yeah,
Um,
I was right there. I was talking my crap, and I was like, you watch your mouth.
Yeah.
You watch your mouth.
That's what I said. Pop your shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it.
That's right.
Love to see it. Love to see it. I got one more question, and it's kickball related, but it's not kickball related. When those kickball tournament calendars come out, what are a couple of things that you're looking forward? I mean, that you look to in choosing a tournament? Is it the location? Is it somewhere you haven't been before, or is it just availability of the players, or is it the atmosphere, or what is it for you and your team?
Well, honestly, it's mainly the availability of our players because I mean we're all down for whatever. Like we all love to travel, we all love to go. So it's really just who's available. Like I said, I'm a teacher, so I can take a day off here or there, or it's like around a holiday. So like um, the one y'all had in October, I was on like a fall break. So when it's stuff like that, summer ones are usually the most doable for us because it's less responsibilities for the moms on our team because, they don't have to worry about their kids going to school and their kids going to this and their kids going to that. Like it's easier to have like summer care versus school year care.
Yeah.
But it's mainly the availability. I mean, we're always down for the travel, for the road trip. I mean, we drove to Auburn. Well, most of us drove 10 hours to Auburn. I mean, Austin was 2.5 hours from us.
I
I mean,
remember.
we all live, right by the airport. So it's not much to just jump on a plane and go somewhere new, but it's mainly the availability for the players.
So if you had an ideal location for a kickball tournament, ideal, no matter where it is, what would be your ideal location for a kickball tournament for you?
I don't know, because I feel like y'all have gone to a lot of like key spots. Like,
H-Town.
yeah. I mean, y'all can bring y'all's asses to H Town. It's gonna be a fun time. And it's going to be, one that's talked about for a long time. But like outside of that, I mean, I feel like y'all have gone to, like Naples was a really fun tournament because, the beach is right there. I mean, I know y'all have been to Virginia and the Carolinas and stuff, but
Did you come to Tampa?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Nope. I did not.
Well, there's for me. There's always nothing wrong with no blue water. So
yes. So I'm just down. I'm just down for the road trip. So
Yeah. No, that's good to know. Availability obviously is important, and it's always going to be tough to get everybody to come and play because we got so many different players and everybody have different professions. Like you said, you're in education, so your summers are a little bit easier to travel. But then we have a lot of people who work for the government, right? And like, you may have challenges there.
We was off for 43 days.
Yeah,
we
have a few government workers on our team too, and so it was, something that they had to navigate around too. Luckily, it was just in our backyard, so it was a little easier to just, we didn't have to like book flights or anything. It was okay. Well, we can carpool, we can do this, we can do this. So.
Yeah. No, that's helpful to know. And that said, 2026 is on the horizon. We got, some cool cities that we're coming to for 2026. So we can't wait to share that, and hopefully it, aligns with people's schedules and their calendars and things like that.
And that availability.
Yes. And that availability, That availability.
So
I want to shout out my MVP real quick. She's walking up.
Absolutely.
She's gonna get camera shy. So
shout out.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's give her a shout out.
Hey girl. Here's the MVP right here. MVP champ.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
Don't mess with Texas.
No. Yeah, she ruthless.
Hey y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wish I had my ring so I could show it off.
Did you?
No.
Did she tell you how she was bullying us at the bar on Saturday night?
Indeed.
She a bar bully?
Yeah, she a bully, man. She a bully.
Hey.
Bad.
I don't know what to tell you.
Bad.
I talked my shit and popped my shit, so I mean.
Yeah.
Hey, did what you do.
But you did that though. You did that. We was at,
I get camera shy, guys, so I'm gonna have to give the camera up. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good.
It's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So Bree, we want to thank you, for y'all taking the time, especially on the game night. We know that the focus the focus has to be on competition, but for you to take time out of the game night to join us and stuff like that, that really means a lot to us.
Absolutely.
We'll let y'all get back to it. Congratulations to Chickaholics again. Based off of what I heard, it's a whole celebration out there in Houston.
Yes,
I wanted
there
to
is.
ask a few other questions about what this meant for the city, but we'll definitely have that conversation again. And even if you finish up early and you want to rejoin the podcast, by all means, if we're still on, please come back.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yes, sounds good. Thanks for having us.
Oh,
No
thanks.
problem.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, GP, Dr. Shelley. It's just seeing how this unites the women and what it does for them, their motivation, how they all rally together, like when they back in their hometown and stuff like that. It's dope, man. That shit dope as hell.
I mean, it's always good to win one or put one on for your city, man. That's always a great feeling, especially you going out, you representing, your city, and you're able to bring one home. That's always a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that said, I think we should double up. I think we should, if we have some of the other guests backstage, I think we could bring them all out, and let's just do, multi interview. Interview everybody.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and bring them on out.
Bring them all out. Mm-hmm. What's going on, y'all?
What up?
We want to thank y'all for your patience backstage. We know that GP he could talk a lot, so we know that it's not like easy to sit back there and just listen to this guy ramble.
Well, maybe you can get over here. I don't know.
Is that Twan on the camera too?
I'm eating too, so oh my God.
No, he's not on. Hopefully the backstage.
There you go right there.
Right.
There you go right there. There you go right here.
So Twan got two of them.
Yeah, he got. So we got representation. How y'all doing? We got representation from Lisa Frank, and we got representation from Recklessly United. We don't have any representation. We don't have any representation from Shockwave. But we'll give them their just due and their acknowledgement at some point during the segment. What's up?
How y'all feeling, man?
You asking me or you asking them?
I'm asking everybody. Everybody who's on there. Don't all speak at once, man. How y'all feeling, man?
I'm feeling good.
Man.
Yeah.
All
All right, so let me ask Bryson a question, and GP, maybe we mute Twan and them until we figure out their audio. Bryson, why you make that video?
Well, I love talking shit, man. I love talking shit with the best of them. And I was at the game. I was at the final. I was not aware that girl said what she said into the camera before the game. I was made aware of it afterwards, and it's like, I felt like the way the game went down, I was like, I feel like I got to make a video about this. I thought, all credit to that other team. Like, they were really, really good. I mean, like, they were a really, really good kickball team. But it felt like they kind of imploded themselves, and it was like, to be a team that's talking shit, and then you're like giving up easy fly balls to the pitcher when you're running into your shortstop. And there was a couple other, like one time a girl ducked and let the ball go over her head instead of catching it. It just felt right. And I know, obviously I think they smacked the shit out of them in group play. So I imagine that's why that girl felt pretty comfortable talking shit that they were going to have an easy game. But, as someone that's played kickball with these girls from Lawrence for 8, 9, 10 years, man, like, they might not look like the best team getting off the bus, but they know how to play kickball, man. And I think they came out and they showed it and smacked them in the mouth, which I thought was fun. So I was like, I'll make a little video out of it.
Yeah, man. No, I think everyone, including the team that they played against, everyone, got some humor out of that video, and I don't think it was anything beyond that. But one thing that I would say, it is hard to beat a team twice, right? Because they played the last pool play game against each other, and
we got to be the only one that can't hear Ariana.
We hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can't hear Ariana.
Let me see something. What about the other? Okay,
I hear everybody else.
Well, then you can hear all the people that count there. that matter.
Come on, bro.
Because that motherfucker don't matter at all. He probably talking too much anyway. That's why you can't hear him. It's like, is it? Ariana, go ahead test. I mean, because we can all hear him.
Yeah, I
Can you hear me now?
Crazy.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can't hear me?
They don't look like it.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Well, we'll ask all the interview questions. We'll have y'all ask all the interview questions to him.
Okay, tell it to me.
Or maybe we have them log out and log back in.
That's weird.
Yeah, try
to log back out and then log back in and see if that corrects everything.
All right.
All right, but Bryson, back to you though, right? So we're talking about Lisa Frank. We're talking about just kind of their last pool play game was against DTP. And DTP won that game, and how hard it is to beat a team twice. So for you watching that game, what do you believe the adjustments were that Lisa Frank made to change the outcome of that game?
I don't know if I would say adjustments. I won't pretend to, know the insides and outs of like Angela and Maddie and Lou's conversations. But like, I think the big thing was just a belief that they could beat them, and that that the pool play game didn't matter. I was able to hear Angela's pregame speech, and it was a lot of just like, we're playing them for 6 innings. Who cares what happens? And it's like, first and second inning, I believe DTP loaded bases, no outs, both innings, and only scored 1 run out of that entire process. And like, both of them came from like pretty brutal errors with 2 outs on the DTP side. And it's like, it kind of felt like if like DTP had not made those mistakes and had just scored those runs, they probably would have ran away with that game. But they just hung around just long enough that Lisa Frank had the opportunities to force some DTP mistakes. And then it kind of felt like the team kind of fell apart from there. And so I don't know if it was adjustments. I think it was a lot more just like they hung in the fight. They stayed in the fight. I'm a firm believer you just got to stay in the fight. And then the mistakes from DTP came, and then they just jumped all over him, and then the mistakes kept multiplying. And like, I think the score was like 9-1 at one point. I know DTP came back at the end, but they just kind of just stayed in the fight and then punished them for every single mistake they made.
Gotcha.
I know that's what's up. And one thing I know, and speaking from experience, because I coached a team and we lost to Lisa Frank in
Mesa 2023.
Mesa. And it was one of the games we were up going into that last inning, and we just didn't close the game out. And one thing I can say about Lisa Frank, they got kickers, and you definitely have to play them all the way through 6 innings to the last and final out. So the resiliency from that team is amazing. And like you say, it don't matter what they look like getting off the bus. It matters what they do in that field. And anytime you play them, it's definitely going to be a tough out. So you definitely have to be able to bring your A game. And it was good to see that, they were able to, come back out and show what they was made of again, always on the last one. So they're going to be the last champions leaving 2025, going into 2026. So they're going to be able to hang their hat on that win for a while.
Yeah. And I know, at least for, Angela, it was Angela's last tournament. I think she's done, at least on the side.
Man.
And I know she told me to make sure that it was known they're the longest standing women's kickball team around. 10 years.
Yeah.
They've been playing, which I think helps with that resiliency and able to, fight back. Because like I said, I played a lot of kickball. That DTP team is good. Like those girls are good. And I would even probably somewhat say that team is better than Lisa Frank. But what I would say is that the better team doesn't always win. And like Ariane said earlier, beating the same team twice, especially in the same day, is a pretty hard achievement, especially when both teams are really good. So
it's a hard achievement. But you want to know what's an even harder achievement? An even harder achievement is sticking together for 10 years. And then not only that, women sticking together for 10 years. Right? It'd be one thing if it was cold, but women sticking together for 10 years.
Well, I can tell you without airing anybody's dirty laundry, I know living here in Lawrence with a lot of these girls, I know there are some girls on that team that were not allowed on that team for a while because somebody dated somebody else's boyfriend and stuff. But I think they were able to.
That's all part of the game.
That's normal. That's normal. That's normal. But staying together for that long that's unheard of, really, honestly, right? Like, let's let's get out of the bedroom. Let's start talking about just ups and downs and who's willing to go through the trenches and who's not, who's willing to fight the fight and who's not. All the the entitlement, I should be playing this position versus this person, and that like, so all of these things. And I'm sure Dr. Shelley, I'm sure GP, they can speak a lot more to that conversation than I ever will be, because they've made it way further and deeper in the trenches in that space than I ever had, right? But for a group of women to stay together that long, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a testament for real. And not only that part of it, but with a women's team, you got the family component, you got having kids, you have getting married and all that other stuff, and still be able to find time throughout that to still be able to put in the work to play kickball is amazing within itself. So 10 years, I was trying to think. I'm like, yeah, Lisa Frank has been around. They've been around for a minute. Yeah. And Finch, she's definitely been there. I remember seeing her when they first put that team together. So to see her still playing and still competing at a high level, that's dope.
Yeah, it really is, man. It really is. And congratulations to those ladies. And you kind of led into the question before I even was about to ask, when you said a lot of those women are retiring, because I was like, hey, are they really done? Are you really gonna hang it up? I
mean, what
That's
better
what they say. That's what they say. I don't know. I know Angela a decent amount. She's definitely quite the competitor. So I don't know. We'll see if
she can't hang it up.
Actually stay on
the you can't hang it up. I feel like this is 03 when Jay-Z told everybody this was his last album. Like, it can't be your last album. The Black Album, this can't be the last album. Then he came back out and he made more albums. And was like, okay, thank you. So this can't be the last one.
But was his albums as good as the ones he had before he retired the first time?
Oh,
I think so.
Nobody wants to come back and be a shell of themselves.
I don't think he was a shell of himself. He had 444. I love that. I think that was a solid album. I think he did some projects with Beyonce, those joint projects he did with her, and I think those were decent. Those were solid.
She carried the album.
Yeah, I mean, but still, though, he showed us that he didn't lose a step, and then he did one album that he did that is very underrated, very slept on. He did that album with Jay Electronica, and I love that, and even though it was 7 songs, it was still, but that's a whole nother, conversation. But nonetheless, he said that he was done in 03 and he came out with plenty more music since then. And, we just couldn't believe that he was finished at that point. Even Jordan in 98, he retired, but it's like, come on, Jordan, you ain't really done. He came back and he played for the Wizards. Right. So there's that too. Brian, I'm sorry, I keep calling you Brian. Bryson.
Yeah.
Tell us about this Bleacher Report, man. What's that about? Angela dropped some information on us and said, hey, we got this, we got this one guest who's gonna be on the podcast, and he's been on Bleacher Report. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I've worked at Bleacher Report like 5 years now. Pretty fun. Get to experience and see some cool things. I don't know. Maybe you and I can chat on the side sometime, and
we will.
Cross information on some things, because I don't know, like I as someone who's played kickball in Lawrence for like 10 years now, and like seeing what you guys have on the travel circuit, I remember like before I even realized what travel kickball was, I remember like the off days that you would be on ESPN 8 or be on ESPN Plus, like I would see those and be like, wow, that's insane. It's a completely different sport than like what we play in Lawrence. Like we use a smaller ball and it's like take your pitch type stuff. The Bleacher Report stuff's awesome gig. I think sometimes it makes people think I'm more qualified to give an opinion on something than I am. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'll say the 5 years of Bleacher Report taught me how to put together that 1.5-minute video I put together. So
that's dope. That's dope.
At least I'm putting those skills to use.
That's dope, man. Well, we definitely gonna have a conversation, man, and connect as it relates to that, man, because I think there's a space for us in that realm, But
100%.
Obviously, we gotta earn our turn. But just love to have a conversation at the very least, pick each other's brains and see what's up.
Anything that we can do to expand this game of kickball is we're here for it.
Yeah, we're building a community, man, and as you can see, we're building a community of individuals that all like-minded, just great individuals, positive people. That's kind of what we want to continue to build on, and we think that you know, we're in a really good space to do that, man. You know, especially going into 2026 and beyond, man. Just continuing to build this community is something that's important to us.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. I Vegas was my first tournament this past summer. I will say my body did not enjoy playing kickball at 5 o'clock in the morning. But that being said, a once in a lifetime opportunity. And anytime I tell people that, they're like, "No way, you were playing kickball in Vegas at 5 a.m."
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
how different is playing kickball at 5 a.m. and being out and about at the club or in the casino at 5 a.m.?
you crazy as hell.
Well,
Crazy as hell.
I'll say this, GP. The
Crazy
one
as
big
hell.
difference is the next day I can still walk. If I'm down. I cannot walk the next day. I'll tell you that.
I didn't even play, and I was a zombie the next day because, for one, I'm operating on East Coast time. It's different when you're talking 5 a.m. When you're talking 5 a.m. in Vegas, GP, that's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 8 a.m. our time. So, like, we were over there in Vegas, and, like, I thought I was built for that shit. And we started games at 8 p.m. Vegas time, which is 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So by the time 2 o'clock Vegas time roll around, it's really 5 a.m. I'm sitting there and I'm like standing, looking around like I'm like a zombie, you know. And I couldn't. All I know is when the team won the championship, somebody knocked on the door of the truck and said, "Ariane, you got to go give them their rings." I was knocked out. So, yeah, but no, love that you came to Vegas. Vegas was kind of like a hybrid type of event for us because, you know, we really didn't get to pull out all the bells and whistles for an event like that. So I'm glad that you got a chance to experience an event like Vegas, which was a first for us as well. But then also got a chance to experience Austin, which kind of was a little bit more lively. It kind of had a little bit more of what a traditional turf wars would look like in terms of the vibe and the energy on the sidelines and things like that, right? So, like, I love it when players get a chance to experience like some of our lighter West Coast events, but they also get a chance to experience some of our more lively events, you know? And so hopefully that's enough to kind of keep you guys around and coming back.
Yeah, no, 100%. I know we'll be back. Hopefully we don't lose in the first round as the 1 seed again. That was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Well, you know what fucked you up on that was the bye.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
That's what fucked you up.
100%.
And I hate it. You know, I hate it, especially when we have the number of teams that we have, and then it's such like GP, man. Like, I promise you, man, it's so difficult because you get 17 teams, right, that sign up, and you're like, all right, well, how are we gonna do this with single limbs? How many make the cut? But it's hard when you talk about making the cut because you don't want to punish your top performing teams by making them rest and sit down while you got other teams gaining momentum, getting rhythm, doing things like that. They're playing, they're getting active. And then we're asking a team like Bad Astra, who's been dominating all day, hasn't lost a game, sit down for an hour, maybe even longer, because if you count your intermission, sit down for 2 hours and then get up and come play this team who just now beat, you know, a team, and they're like well-oiled. Right, like, so, like, I hate it, man. I hate the buys, man, going into single limbs, but I mean, there was no way around it, man. You know, so unless we wanted to chop, we had 2 options. One, we could make it a charity type of tournament and say, okay, 17 teams are competing, only 1 doesn't make the cut, and we'll take 16 teams, and we'll just go straight Sweet 16 on down. But then at that point, what are you really playing for in single elimination when you know you don't really have to compete to make it in the single elim, right?
Right. That's a pros and cons. Yeah.
Right. Or do we say, all right, fuck it. We're going to go straight to quarterfinals. We're going to chop 9 teams out of the mix, and we're going to pick the best 8 so that no one has a bye. You don't want to do that. Right? So, like, it's like,
well, I look at it. I look at it as, whatever you come up with, just let everybody know what it is beforehand, and then they can try to prepare the best they can for that.
We did that.
If they know that you're chopping 9 and only the 8 are making it, then every game of pool play is going to mean something.
Every game. We did that, but also too. Then here goes another part of my mentality though. It's like, do you do that for the final tournament of the year? Do you just cut ties with more than half the teams that came out here to compete? These teams are flying all the way out here. Come, let's play kickball. That's what y'all really came out here for. Let's play some kickball. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's like a battle. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that. And we took 14 teams. So we said, all right, 3 doesn't make the cut. We'll take 14, top 2 teams. Y'all get the buys. Everybody else has a play-in, and we'll run it straight from there.
Yeah. I mean, speaking from a coach's experience, the only thing with the bye, you have to ensure that your team doesn't treat it as a bye where they're just laying around eating, not doing nothing.
Goodness.
You got to keep them going. You got to keep them moving.
Yeah.
Find the field that nobody's playing in.
Yep.
Keep the bunt line going.
Yep.
And work on your defense and just have them geared up and ready. Have the little sweat going so when that game comes up that they're already ready to go. They're not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to do it, but they have to.
That's what Reckless. I saw Reckless over there doing that. I saw them over there doing that. Like they was over there. Like I looked at one point. I looked over there at their field. I was like, who the fuck they playing against? Because they were over there warming up and that intense with like just kind of their preparation. And they was over there for a minute. And so even that's tricky because I'm like, damn, well, they can burn themselves out. But I'm like, nah, not really, because, you know, you got other teams playing whole games like over there on the other side. So, I mean, you know, but what I will say is y'all dominated in pool play, man. And I personally think that bye did not help. I'll say that.
No, it did not. It definitely did
not help.
It was nice in the moment, but it was definitely bad. It did not help.
It didn't help.
So I asked you, Bryson, if you guys were able to do that all over again, what would you change?
I probably realistically would have intentionally lost to Purple Rain. I think that's I would, or honestly, the first game, like we kind of struggled against Astro World. This is the first game of the day. Like in reality, like it's obviously really hard to confidently throw that game because you don't know what's in front of you. But yeah, like I probably honestly would at least try to tell Jess to tell that we should intentionally lose. Just because, I agree. It's like the same thing kind of happened to us in Vegas. Like we got smoked in the final, but it's like our semifinal, we dominated the team. We were done like 40 minutes before heat stroke was, and so we were laying around at 4:30 in the morning Vegas time, and it's like all of a sudden I'm like I'm supposed to be asleep. And the sun's starting to come up, and my body's like, "Get me out of here!" And then it's like we go to play him, and we came out flat, and it took us 2 innings to wake up. And by then we'd already lost.
Yep, that's how it worked. Yeah. Y'all played the Black Mambas? Did they wait? Y'all played the Black Mambas?
Yeah, that was our fourth game. Yeah.
You should have lost that game.
Well,
you should have lost
I think I don't know. I think we were up like 8-0 after the first inning on them. But yes. We should have lost.
That's typical Black Mambas. But Twan, we brought Twan back on. Can you hear Arion now? Oh, you muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Now y'all can't hear me.
He a little retarded. Y'all gotta forgive him.
We're not allowed to say that word no more.
Oh, okay, you said worse than Arion, bro.
You right. Say it. We just gonna say it.
Right. Twan. Samir watching this too. You send him the link because we put him in the group. We put his whole team in the group, you know, for representation from Shockwave, man. But so
I'm tired of his ass always getting special treatment, bro.
Never. Better yet, never mind. Hey man, check the group me. Better yet, because we put everything in there. So as opposed to sending it to him, check the group me, man, because. We invited you and your captains and all that. We put y'all in there. But Bryson, man, we want to thank you for coming on, being a representative for Lisa Frank. For making that video, making kickball fun again, right? In terms of the post tournament where y'all are just, keeping that energy alive and stuff like that. And 2 things: we hope to see you guys again as a team, and we also hope to see Lisa Frank come back and join us when that 2026 calendar rolls out.
100%. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope that this time frame was a little bit better for you than Vegas. So, you seem like you're a little bit more awake this time.
Yeah, 100%. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
See you.
All right,
GP. Go ahead, do that. I'm gonna run real quick. I gotta re-up on my what you call it, Dr. Shelley? Libations.
Libations.
Okay, yeah, I'll be right back. Go ahead, though. Get started, GP. Y'all can get started.
All right. So Twan, he brought you back just to say he's going on break. Ain't that some shit? Right. That be the type of shit I gotta deal with. Me and Dr. Shelley gotta deal with all the time.
Treatment around here has got to get better.
It gotta get better, man. I'm trying to tell you. So give us like a few more minutes because I want to run down because we got our Legacy Midnight Madness coming up on January 31st, and I just got a little bit of information I want to put out. It's January 31st. I know we sit up here and we talked about, preparing your body for a Midnight Madness, a midnight type of kickball tournament. But we had a great time last year, and I think the teams that are coming back that are returning, they figured out and they realized what they have to do to get their bodies together for this next go around. So let me pull this up. The thing about this Midnight Madness is that because the venue is indoors, it's in January. We only have access to 4 fields, and so in order to make this a good experience for all the kickball players that's playing, what we don't want to do, like you were saying earlier, Ariane, is have teams waiting to play their games. A 2-hour break, and your next game is at 2:30 in the morning or 3 or 1 in the morning or something like that. So we're only allowing 16 teams total. Now we're doing an intermediate co-ed and we're doing advanced co-ed. We're only taking 10 intermediate teams, and I want to tell y'all something. We just had our 15th intermediate team sign up today. But in order for you to secure your spot, you have to register 5 males and 5 females. Once you get those registered, your spot is secured. And once we get to that 10 secured spot, everybody else either going to go on the waiting list, or you're going to get a credit for the rest of the year of our next tournament, or you're going to get a refund, whichever one that you choose. But I do want to give a shout out to, like I said, we are up to our 15th intermediate team, and we're only taking 10. And as of right now, 1, 2, 3, 3 teams on the intermediate division have got their spot secured, which means there's 7 more spots open for intermediate. On the advanced side, we have 9 teams, but we're only taking 6 advanced spots. So, and as far as advanced concerned, we have 2 teams that have their spot secured, which means there's only 4 teams left that's able to sign up for this event. Coaches, captains, players, if you plan on attending, please go ahead and do your registration and get your spot secured. We're not waiting for nobody. No matter who it is, once that 16 get their spot secured, everybody else is going on the waiting list. And either you're gonna get your refund, and you're gonna get a credit for our next Legacy event. But as
Are
of
you
right
still
now,
accepting Klarna?
no, that's we had our look. Listen, of course, we try our
He
best.
put it out there for real, y'all. He really did. I was just asking for the people.
What we did was we tried to give everybody the opportunity to be able to pay this registration. We put it out earlier in the year that you had until October 15th just to pay $20 to lock you in for that registration amount of $80. All you had to pay was $20. And once you pay that $20, you have to pay the next month another $20, and the next month the $20, and then the following month the $20, so you can have your registration paid in full. A lot of people took advantage of it. A lot of people didn't. So when the registration comes up as to what the amount is, we don't want to hear anybody saying, "Oh, it's too much," because we gave everybody an ample opportunity to make it as easy as possible to get this registration thing taken care of. But
that's crazy.
So that's over with. If you missed out on that, and if you miss a payment, in order for you to get your spot secured again, you're going to have to pay the spot you missed, and you have to pay your remaining balance. So if you missed your next $20 payment, your next payment in order for you to secure your spot is going to have to be $60 for you to lock in your spot. So from the intermediate side, I'm just going to name off the 15 teams. We got Ball of Fall, Base Runners, Base Snatching Goons. Their spot secured. They good. Aftermath, The Breakfast Club, Artillery, Midnight Ballers, Vicious Bandits, Team Live, Vu Superb, Outlaws. Their spot secured. They good to go. Midnight Menaces, spot secured, good to go. And I'm gonna tell you something about Midnight Menaces. They registered and had their spot secured all in one day. They found 5 men and 5 women that pay their registration on the same date, automatically secured their spot. The Barbarians out of Baltimore, Thundercats, and we had a team that signed in today called KNT. Again, there are 7 open spots for the Midnight Madness for the intermediate side. The advanced side, we got Fresh Kicks, Certified Bullies, J Hustle Mob, Arsenal, Vu Elite, Goonies, Splash, spot secured. They secured this spot today. YN and Friends and Rogue, spot secured. They're good. So again, we're only accepting 4 more teams from the advanced side and 7 more teams from the intermediate side. So if you plan on attending this event, go ahead and get your team spot secured by paying your registration. And registrations ends 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks before the 31st. So because with that registration for kickball is concerned, you're getting a jersey and you're getting free food for the night. So again, we want to make sure everybody gets a bang for their buck. We understand what the registration is, but we're actually we wanted to make sure that we wanted the players to feel like they're getting something out of it. You're getting a jersey, and you're also getting fed for the night, food and drinks. So that's just the kickball portion. We're also doing cornhole that night, and we're also doing the 3-point shootout. On the back half of the 3-point shootout, we're having the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. All going on at the same night at this amazing venue at the St. James. Those who came out last year saw how amazing the thing was. I feel like the FOMO set in, and that's why we got the amount of teams that we're getting now. But in order for you to be there, you got to secure your spot.
Got to secure that spot. You got to secure it. You can't do that.
And for those who are coming just for the basketball portion or the cornhole portion, or just to spectate to watch everything, in order to get that the food package is a $25 food package if you're not playing, if you're just being a spectator, because the venue is not allowing any outside food coming into the venue. So you have to be able to secure a food package in order to eat for that night. And it's starting, games going to be starting at 9 p.m. going all the way to 6 a.m.
That sounds like my type of party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're gonna have it. We're gonna have a DJ. We do everything that we can to make sure everybody's being entertained and having something to do to keep them up during these hours. But kickball is always going to be our mainstay. We're going to focus on that. But for those who aren't the kickball people, we got our basketball. We got our basketball players coming out and our cornhole players coming out as well. So everybody's going to be able to.
And I could be the first to attest. I participated in this event earlier in January. Amazing event. It was an amazing event. You talk about the 3-point shootout, the cornhole, then the kickball component, the DJ, the food. Everything was seamless, tied in together. It was. If you're talking about kickball or just an adult sporting event, you would have to package this as an all-inclusive. You ever been at a resort and it was all-inclusive? Or you've been on a cruise and it come with the food, the drinks? That's what this is. This is all-inclusive, right? So, like, these are one of those type of events that, you know, you don't want to second guess or think twice about the money you're spending because it's all-inclusive. You get the shirt, you get the food, you get the extra sports, you get all that stuff. So do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. You ain't gonna regret it. So shout out to y'all for coming back. Another 365 days around the sun, making it happen again. And so I'm excited, looking forward to it. And I tell you what, I may or may not make a cameo. I'm still working on some things, but I may or may not just be there to reclaim my 3-point shootout title.
I mean, you gotta do better. I mean, for nothing else, you got to come back and do better than what you did.
So, Twan, let's talk about Recklessly United. We've had y'all say
that man ain't make it past the first round.
You know, so that's a lie. That's a lie, man.
You made it past the second round? You was in the second round?
I made it to the second round. I made it out the first round. I made it to the second round.
All right.
Yeah, man, I made it to the second round. All right, so we got that registration deadline, cutoff period. You want to remind them one more time?
It's 2 weeks. I got to get the date. I'll come back with the date. I'll put it in the comments what the date is. But it's
Look
2
up the
weeks
date.
before the actual. It's 2 weeks before the actual date, actual 31st of the tournament.
That's Saturday the 17th.
There it is.
It's Saturday, January 17th.
There it is. Appreciate you, Dr. Shaw.
2 weeks. No problem.
And that's
America
and that's,
is not accepting foreigners. Go ahead.
That's dead. And we're not accepting no registrations after the 17th because in order to be able to get everybody's jerseys and everything on time, we have to do it in enough time so everything can come back. So we won't have no teams talking about when my jersey and I paid this, I want my jersey. So to ensure that, we have to have it in enough time so we can be able to guarantee everyone to have their jersey and their food and stuff.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yep. Good stuff. Twan, you ready? Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Man, that's fucked up what GP did to y'all. I told y'all 8 o'clock, got y'all on here.
I mean,
9 o'clock, man.
Hey, Twan, I'm used to it now, man. That's what he did. and all Dr. Shelley do is agree with everything he says. So
yeah, that's fucked up.
I agree with what makes sense.
That's fucked up what they did. But you saved the best for last, right?
That's it.
Let's get to the conversation, man. Let's have a real conversation. Let's talk about it, man. Recklessly United, coming into Austin, came in with heavy weight on y'all shoulders, right?
To say the least.
To say the least, man. Y'all were already committed to being in Austin that weekend. And I know this because the team was already registered and signed up before I went to Richmond. And, everything that transpired and stuff like that after Richmond, we saw a few things happen. One, we saw the team name change, but we saw the commitment in terms of the players signing up and things like that. And I'm definitely going to elaborate and talk a little bit more about that. But before I do, I just kind of want to know from each of you what this event meant to you. I want to know from the both of you guys, what did this event mean to you all?
I think for us, it was really a representation of Midwest United already, as you stated, because we were already committed to coming to Austin. And then with the passing of Shaq, it was a no-brainer. Like, okay, this one is definitely dedicated to him. We came in, we had a chip on our shoulder, like we was on a mission, like out the gate. Everybody, like when I say, we had so many people reaching out, some of our out-of-town kickball cousins. They was like, "Oh, we want to play. We gotta give, our first." Go rounds to our hometown players, and if they can't commit, then we'll add y'all as accordingly. But this one was definitely deep. Definitely deep.
Mm-hmm.
So after Charlotte, we knew we was coming to Austin. It was a no-brainer. We knew we was gonna wrap it up. Literally 6 days before the tragedy, he texted me and was like, if I can get approved, through this FEMA, I'm going to come. All right, bet, cool. Because he was a key component as to why we won in Charlotte. It was a specific play in the championship game. Artillery had us. And I had a runner on 3. Shaq come up, hardest kick, down 3, fair ball. Run come home. And from there, the momentum kept going. So, this right here is my enforcer. This is my coach. This is my captain. 1/3 of what I call a counsel, because Calvin ain't on this call. She reached out to me a couple of days after and was like, "Hey, let's do something different. Let's change the name." I'm like, "What you mean?" She was like, "Recklessly United." I'm like, "That's kind of dope. Like, let's do that. Cool." So, like she said, as soon as we made the change, respectfully, you got so many people that want to come out and show their support and they want to play. But like I told them, it's only right that I give my champions from Charlotte first dibs that coming back, because they won with him, so they are the first ones that should be able to go out there and fight for him.
Right.
Which is why once again y'all saw a 20-person roster out there because everybody wanted to come and play their role.
Right.
The first speech I gave them before we played Baby Slugs is that we know why we out here. All these other teams know why we out here, but that don't mean nobody is going to lay down and just let us win.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go out here. We got to play our game. We got to play the game we play against Shaq and with Shaq. So it was definitely a trying time throughout the whole day. Like emotions was high, but the team weathered the storm. Everybody played their role, and it was like we've been getting nothing but praise since we got back to the city about how we did good for him, we did right by him and everything. And that's why I told you, Ariane, like for what you did as far as just, giving posthumously giving him the ring and then, giving him the nod on that dope ass flyer. Like that really meant a lot to the team. You know what I'm saying? I put that in the chat. So as coach, co-captain, I told you got, as long as Turf Wars is an organization, you got the support of Midwest United. Because that was bar none, that was dope. We love that. We appreciate that 100%. Appreciate it.
I'll be honest with you, man. It's hard for me because I legit feel like he played. I feel like he played. He was there,
like for real.
He was there, and like even when, and there's all throughout the year, at the top of the year, beginning of the year, when we were doing orders for rings and stuff like that, there were a few tournaments where we were coming up short on the rings and we got to reorder for some captains and coaches like that. But coming into this one, I was like, we cannot fall short of rings, period. Because I know that when we give rings, we need to have enough for everybody. And I'm thinking him as well, in case this team wins. Yeah, I know there's 21 people listed on paper, right? But there's 22 people who's playing for this team. And it meant a lot to me, and I know this is y'all time, but I do want to give my just kind of my moment real quick. During Charlotte, Shaq was one of the 6 winners to win the home run derby.
Yeah,
right. He was one of the 6 winners to win the home run derby, and so when he won, we only had 5 gift certificates to Dick's Sporting Goods. We only had 5, so we didn't have enough to give everyone. And so I'm coming over there, and I'm with him, and I was like, okay, I don't have a gift certificate for you, but I got 2 options. I can actually give you an actual gift certificate that we have, or I can give you a special prize. And he was like, I'll take the money. I was like, all right, bet, come walk with me, right? So as him and I are walking, this is in Charlotte, as him and I are walking and talking, and we're just talking about 2026, right? And I'm telling him, hey, yeah, this is what we plan to do for 2026. This is some of the cities that we want to go to and things like that. Look, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. We're coming to Milwaukee next year, right? And I told him that. I was sharing that with him. So I give him the gift certificate. We dap up. I said, man, good luck the rest of the tournament. They end up winning all of that. The Monday before Richmond, he texted me and said, hey, reminded me about Milwaukee and was like asking me, have I found any venues? Have I found any hotels? Any of this, any of that? Now, anybody who knows me, I have a tendency where I look at a text message and I may get back to it days later or something because I just be in my own world. But I responded back to him immediately and I was like, yep, we got a hotel, we got a field, but in terms of meet and greet locations, still working on that, such and such, such and such. The last thing he texted me was, I'm going to help you find a location for the meet and greet. I said, bet. That's the last message him and I had. That's the last message that him and I had days before Richmond. So Saturday in Richmond, I learned of, the tragic news and it, it crushed me. It destroyed me, because I'm like, no way. And so, just seeing what you all as a city and how you all were able to kind of just, do what you did to honor his life, but then also allow his legacy to continue to live on through the game that he loves so much, man, that speaks volume of in terms of y'all as individuals, and I love to see it. And you made a very good statement when you said that you told your entire team that no one was going to lay down and just let y'all beat them. I think coming into this tournament, it may have been that much harder for y'all because y'all played with a heavy weight on y'all shoulders and everyone knew what y'all was coming out there for. and was like, all right, this team is on a mission, you know, and to be able to overcome all that and still accomplish what y'all came out there for, man, I mean, to me, that's the dopest thing ever, man. It speaks
When you say
volumes.
the book can't write it no better.
Can't write it any better, man. It can't write it any better. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you had to be there and watch them play to know that they earned that shit. You know what I'm saying? That there wasn't nothing was given to them that entire day. I sat there and watched them play against Menace to Sobriety. I sat there and watched them play against Walk of Shame. I sat there and watched them play a lot of the games throughout the day as I'm walking through and I'm watching, and they dominated. They would just dominate. They didn't even leave it close enough in most of these games for it to even be a question of whether or not they were deserving of the team. I mean, of the win or not, man. And you know, and shout out to y'all, man, for the job that y'all did, man. And you know, long live Shaq, man.
100%, brother.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I did want to say something about, you know, did you guys feel it was more pressure knowing that you was trying to do that for him? But as you alluded to earlier, you said everybody know what everybody was there for and what everybody was supposed to do. And everybody knew their role. And everybody seems to me, from what I saw, accepted that role and did what they needed to do for the betterment of the team and the betterment of the moment as to what they was there to do. And again, that's a tough thing to do. And congrats to y'all for coming out there, having a vision and then following through.
So when constructing this team, the first question I get is why I got so many people. And I feel like when it comes to certain locations, weather depending with the heat, I feel like it's always a good idea to keep people married in case somebody gets injured, somebody start cramping, whatever the case might be. That's why I make it known that I keep 8 girls on my roster, because that one girl might go down and I ain't got nobody for her and I got to take her out. One thing I made clear to everybody is that we had 20 people and I had 6 marriages, so I only went through 14 kicking wives. And then when we got to Singing of the Limbs, I just dropped it down to 13. I married another person. I told everybody straight up in the most respectful way, you can either play your role and play your part, or I'll just take you off completely. And, you know, we go from there. But in that moment, nobody stood up and said, I'm bigger than the program, because they know nobody's bigger than the program over here. Everybody played their role. Everybody accepted it for what it was. So just know when your number is called, we want you to step up and show us something. Because again, this ain't for us. That's for the number 7 that was at the bottom of everybody's jersey. That's what it was about. So they rallied. They did their thing. It was a couple of times. You know, we got down to pool play. We were almost on the ropes and Singing the Limbs. But again, we did this dance in Charlotte, and with the exception of what, maybe 1 or 2 people that we added,
Like 3.
it was pretty much the same unit from Charlotte. So we all knew how to bounce back and play off each other. We knew what this person was going to do kick-wise, or we knew what the strategy is as far as where the play going to go. So that's really what I'm just trying to build, continuity and chemistry. So.
What do you all believe? How do you all believe that this has helped your team going back home? Like, how has this impacted you guys within the kickball community back home?
So our kickball community had been divided for so long. We've had multiple teams put together for different tournaments. Sometimes there have been 2 teams put together for the same tournament. So I think just bringing everybody together and showing our hometown kickball community that, oh yeah, they put their differences aside, like everybody on the same page. Now we got chemistry, now we rolling. So now it's like, oh, we want to join this team, you know, and I hate to say it, but we're limited with our team, but we've always said, like, you know, we have more than enough people at home that want to play, that want to travel, that we can create possibly maybe 3, maybe 4 teams. But a lot of it comes with dedication and commitment with the travel. So I think by us, me and Twan built Midwest United 2023. Our first tournament was Mesa. And ever since then, you know, like we've had pretty much the same core. Like he said, we're just adding a few additional pieces per each tournament, depending on people's availability and stuff like that. So now I think they see, okay, well, Shaq, because Shaq was the other team that would come to some of the tournaments as well. So now it's like, okay, Shaq is gone now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like somebody else got to step up. Y'all see that we can come together. Shaq came to play with us, and that said a whole lot for us because he's a leader of a whole nother team, and he wants to come play with us. So that spoke volumes to a lot of people, even back home. Like, on what, he playing with y'all now? Yeah, like we rolling. Like, get on board, or you know, start your own program, start your own team, and ain't nobody bigger than kickball. Ain't nobody getting paid professionally for this. So put the differences aside. Like, we doing it to put on for the city. Like, we've been traveling to all these different tournaments. I joined travel kickball probably like 2021. And we've always traveled to all these different tournaments, like they said, to the East Coast, down south. We've traveled out west. And now, you know what I'm saying, with the possibility of the tournament actually coming to Milwaukee next year, I think that says a lot as well. Like, put on, you know, like, join the movement, get with the program.
Yeah. You know, you said something. You said that y'all want to put on for the city, right? And I want to talk a little bit about that because I live in the city of Charlotte, where I've watched the rise and fall of Charlotte kickball like that, right? Like, in terms of teams here, Charlotte born and bred, just get dismantled and get picked apart because for some reason putting on for the city no longer is a priority. How important is it for your team to make sure that when you're building and creating these teams, you're building and creating from within the city? You know what I'm saying? How important, because we just had a conversation with H-Town Chickaholics. Those women that just won in Austin, not only are they representing the same city, they all live like damn near in the same community within like a 10-mile radius of each other, right? Because it's important for them to pull from within that community. How important is it for y'all to make sure that when y'all are putting these teams together and constructing these teams, it's from within this region or this area?
So when I first put the team together, it was MKE United in Mesa. You'll go back and look at that roster, and you'll see I had about 5 or 6 out of town people, which always kind of plays a problem when it comes to practices. So one thing I try to do is, you know, I got 3 players from Minnesota, I got 1 player from St. Louis. So I'll always try to have the team get into whatever city we're going to, get in early Friday. We can do 1 big practice as a team, 1 big walkthrough. Because in the beginning, I'm getting a lot of, everybody's unsure. I'm not going to speak bad on this man's name. I'm just going to tell it how it is. A lot of people surprised to see Shaq play with my team because me and Shaq were the respective coaches for 2 separate teams. We come with different coaching styles, different ways we build our rosters. So a lot of people don't actually come play. Oh, no, because I'm playing with Shaq in this one. That's cool. That's fine. Ain't no big deal. So I stayed committed. This is all I have by my side right here. I stayed committed, built my program up. And then my Minnesota people, you know, if they listen, shout out Bobby, Stevie, Lady C. They been with us since the beginning. So when you talk about a core, that's my triangle core right there. And then, like I said, as we start picking up momentum and we getting noticed, and we went to the championship, but we're coming up short. We went to the semifinals, and we're coming up short. Now I'm starting to get people from around the city like, hey, you know, if you're still willing, I think I might, you know, be able to contribute. One thing about my team, I'll say it's my team, but I'm still going to talk to her about everything. And it's contributed back this way because we talk. Hey, what do you think we should do with this person? What do you think we should do with this? Do we go ask this person? I try to go. The one thing about my teams is I prefer not to have one-dimensional players. I like players that can do multiple positions. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of that in the city, which is what she alluded. Come to Milwaukee, you should really expect to see about 3 or 4 teams because it might not be built for a lot of. I got a couple of guys who could be killers, but they are choosing the stay-at-home life where traveling ain't the option. And I respect it. But with y'all coming up here, like I said, you'll get to see a lot of that talent that can't make the travel, but then they'll be there and they'll be like, oh, man, you know, And we've told so many people, you put your foot in this traveling kickball, you're gonna get addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody the co-ed crack, but the women's is a different ball game on Sundays. I get that little chair, I'm sitting there. I'm gonna start bringing me a cigar like GP, and I'm gonna just be
Absolutely
as a backstop.
Yeah. You know, we definitely have to come to Milwaukee next year. We're coming next year, and it's not a rumor. Like September, I think 20 something, we'll be up there, right? We got, we'll be there. But it's a lot to it has a lot to do with just kind of like what you all have been able to show us as a community, open our eyes and say, listen, like we here, like we travel, we come to you when you gonna come to us, and we coming.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait, because I'm looking forward to the opportunity, much to what you said, Twan, connecting with a community of players that we haven't even connected with before because they haven't traveled, but aside from that, I want to make sure that I'm staying on course. That energy and that vibe, Dr. Shelley, GP, I wish that y'all were able to see what that was like when they were playing in the semifinals and the championship. Samir actually said it, and I actually respect his opinion when he said it because he's been a part of the game so long. But the vibes and the energy that was on that sideline, he said that reminded me, or that showed me that kickball ain't dead, right? And so from the both of y'all, I want to know from y'all, what was that energy in that sideline like for y'all? How did that contribute to the way that y'all played? You know what I'm saying? When you look in the games that y'all played against Walk of Shame and the way that you played against Minister Sobriety, granted, and also too, by the way, GP, this is intermediate, which in a lot of kickball players' eyes is being viewed as a lower tier. They had both sidelines packed from beyond the bases, and it was a whole party going on. And this is the main event of the evening. This is the main, and I don't want to try to say something that we've never seen before, because GP and Dr. Shelley, I know y'all have been a part of this before because y'all have been a part of the game for so long. We unequivocally have been a part of environments and events like this. But I think this year, this is the first time that we've been a part of this type of energy. And so again, I'm gonna come back to y'all. For y'all, what did that mean, or how did that contribute to y'all gameplay, being a part of that type of energy on in those games?
Like I told you when we got there, I had to drag his fiance down there. Booked her flight with my other teammate. She went to her house, packed her bag. We literally kidnapped her for the weekend to get her down there, so she could see this, like this the last hoorah for him. So I think having her on the sideline, it's like we can't get embarrassed.
Right.
We had a lot of other people, just travel with us just to come. They had ordered their jerseys along with the team. So just to see that. And like our whole team, it's already a vibe. You bring those extra people with us that, been there with us, been to a couple tournaments. So they are repeat spectators. And like you said, just to know that everybody kind of knew what we were playing for, to have them on our side as well, cheering us on. I think that just boosted it up even more. To see just like everybody's like, oh yeah, we rocking with them, and that's something like Milwaukee had been slept on for so long. Like everybody would just look over us. Nobody really knew who we were. So now that we've been to these tournaments, we then built this rapport with certain people. We done network with certain people. People done seen us out, how we party, how we have fun. It ain't no negative energy. It's just good vibes. And I think that's what attracts, everybody else to us. They see that like, oh, we don't argue amongst each other. We have fun, but we here for a reason. We get the job done at the same time as we party. And so just to have that on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying? Like that was something that it felt like you said, like a main event type thing. Like everybody here to see us.
It was. Yeah, it was the main event. It was the main event. It's not even there's no debate. There's no question. There's not a single player that was there on Saturday that would disagree with that. That shit was the main event. It was so much the main event. Okay, let me ask you a question, GP and Dr. Shelley. If you guys had to say, if they put you on the stand and they said, we want you to answer this question honestly, is Arion stubborn or he's not stubborn? What would you say I am?
Stubborn in the motherfucker.
Okay, right?
No question.
Okay. The championship field was supposed to be closer to. I already had all that laid out where the championship games and fields was going to be at. I'll say that. I had all that shit laid out. And with as stubborn as I am, you not going to change my mind where this championship game going to happen at.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing how live that shit was, I was like, man, championship over there. Championship happening over there, and I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody moving from over there because it was so electric over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was just so, and no knock to the co-ed advance, but damn, man, it was just so electric. It was like, y'all got to come over here and come watch this shit. You know, and it was a dope shit. It was some dope shit to see, man. It really was, and like that boy Samir said, man, kickball ain't dead. Mm-hmm. After being a part of that shit, I was like, man, that shit was electric. It really was. I'm
gonna say this: the one thing I can say and that we love is that whether it be Charlotte or whether it be Austin, the way people sit on the sidelines behind us while we playing, and then they feeding off our energy and they liking our energy. Because I pride my program. What do I say? No negative energy. Good vibe.
Or they just gonna get beat up.
Yeah, and I gotta keep her in check with that. Down, fam. I can't have that. But just to see everybody rallying, you know, kind of cheering us on. Eli from Baby Slug, she fell in love with the whole
Good people.
Next chant. That's Shaq bread and butter. Who next? Like, so, and that was a big thing. That was our message from Austin back home. Mm-hmm. We had people watching on our live streams. That's our message. Look, we down here. We holding this shit down. So now who's next? So they was fired up back home just like we was down there. But the only thing I'm going to say, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Primo. Primo was so upset because he wanted it to be Baby Slugs versus us in that championship game so bad. He was so mad that we played the first pool play game at 8 o'clock. He wanted to run it back in the championship so bad. But at the end of the day, shouts out to all 17 teams because everybody did their thing. So they already in the team chat like, man, did he drop the calendar for next year? Like, we relax. We going to get it. We're going to powwow. We're going to map out what we can and can't do, and then we're going to go from there.
Yeah, we can get it, man. We gonna put that 2026 calendar out there, man. And you know, as much as I want to get it out there this week, it's Thanksgiving holidays, and you know, we still got a few T's to cross and I's to dot in terms of contracts, and everybody who we got to connect with, they off this week. So even if I want to work, I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I'm forced to take vacation because everybody else taking vacation. So I'm like, but it's what I can say is that the 2026 calendar is coming really soon. I think a lot of people are going to be excited about some of the new destinations that we're coming to. I've already kind of, you know, leaked it. We're coming to Milwaukee. We'll be in Milwaukee September. Actually, I'll put the dates out there now. Fuck it. I'll tell y'all the dates now. We are coming to Milwaukee. Shit. Yeah. We'll be in Milwaukee September 26th and 27th. We'll be in Milwaukee September 26th, 27th. We got the host hotel. We got the fields already locked. We got, you know, we don't have the host venue or like the meet and greet venue, but, you know, obviously we got plenty of time to start working on things like that. But September 26th and 27th, 2026, we'll be in Milwaukee. And there's no question about that. There's no doubt about that.
Here's what I want to throw out there. And I don't want it for Milwaukee. I want it for one of these other tournaments. Can we get a Midwest United player on one of these flyers at some point?
That's going to happen.
Get one of my people on there, man.
That's going to happen. So what I would say is this.
I respect the entire crop of the talent field out there because everybody great, but man.
So what I will say is this, and like I used to catch hell from Charlotte. Like the Charlotte players gave me hell for a long time, right? Is we would get photo galleries from like our tournaments, right? Like so, like y'all play in Charlotte, a photographer comes, they take a bunch of photos, he gives me the gallery. I'll take that gallery, I'll give it to the designer and say, hey, take the best photos from here for the next flyer. The designer will go in, knows nothing about no one or none of the teams that they play for or anything, right? And they'll make the flyer for our upcoming event, and they make it based off of angles, lighting, motion, right? Like action shots, diversity, like all of these things, right? And I'll be like, oh, this shit is dope. And I'll put it out there and I'll be like, hey, y'all, look at this dope ass shit. And they'll be like, you ain't got a Charlotte nigga on there? I'll be like, oh.
Hey, they got to give you hell at one point.
So I feel like, so then I'll go back. Sometimes I went back to the designer. I was like, hey, I'll go back in the gallery. I'll find like a Charlotte player or like I'll find like a, like a player for that city. I'll be like, hey, can you use this? And the designer will tell me this is going to fuck everything up. He's angled the wrong way. He doesn't look. The lighting is off. Forgive me. It's a black guy. We need a white. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, shit, so like,
diversity and inclusion.
Yeah. So but what I can tell you for this is like, we ain't gonna get it fucked up when it comes to this Milwaukee fly. I can tell you that shit for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like that ain't even happening. There ain't no question about what that shit gonna channel, how it's gonna be laid out, presented. Ain't gonna be no mishaps with that. And even like now, we're just kind of thinking through, just kind of like creative designs and concepts, but we ain't gonna slip in that space. In the 11 events that we did this year, I looked at all of the flyers collectively. I think I put a graphic out there about all the 11 tournaments, and we featured 40 different players. 40 different players on those flyers, So like, I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, we definitely try to be more mindful and try to make sure that we're, catching more of the players from different regions and stuff like that.
So I want to. She didn't ask me this question, but I heard her ask Chickaholics, so I'm gonna answer the same question.
What's the question?
What is it?
Her question was that if they ever come with less than, I guess, their core of their team, do they come under the same name, or is it a different umbrella?
That's a good question.
I talked to counsel about that. Because listen, the first thing she gonna say, who is this? Oh, that's us. We're not doing that. Email them right now. Tell them this our name is there.
They ain't gonna give us no bad rep, no sir.
Yeah. that brand important.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I say every time we did it last year, we're gonna do the same thing this year. We have a team meeting, whether it be Zoom where we all can link up somewhere. We lay out all the tournaments. If we can't make one, then y'all free to go play with somebody else. But if the team gonna be there, and you say, well, y'all can go here, but I'm gonna play with this team there.
Don't even think about coming back.
And that's not to be mean. It's just, why go against the program if the program is already gonna be there?
You know what? There needs to be a separate podcast and a separate conversation. GP, I know you would dive all the way into this thing. Pause. But there needs to be a real conversation about disloyal motherfuckers getting on these teams, jumping ship, doing the selfish ass, egotistical, it's all about me type bullshit. And then when the shit don't work, they want to come back home. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a real discussion about that sucker shit.
Oh yeah, I got some things to say.
There gotta be a real. And
we had a lot of players doing that this year, and they, excuse my language, fucked around and found out, and was on the outside looking in when we was in that championship circle.
You gonna find out, cause what you doing it for, GP? What you jumping ship for to get the attention or get the clout, and run into these teams that been winning before you got there. They're gonna win after you leave. You go over to this team to go get the clout. You abandon and turn your back on your own home. And
May
when shit
not
don't
even
work
get
out for you,
playing time over there.
You may not even get playing
That
time.
part. That part.
I don't think they
Shit
heard
happen-
each other.
They allowed us to put the people in the bag.
Listen. It's out of control, GP. It's out of control.
Well, I will say I 100% wholeheartedly agree with everything that you're saying. However, that's been a
Don't
part.
say no. However, don't say.
No, I'm just saying that's been
Absolutely.
That's been a part
Absolutely.
of kickball from
Absolutely.
from kickballs
Absolutely.
being started.
Absolutely.
I totally agree, and I like the way that you guys stand 10 toes down on this is how it is, regardless of who the fuck you is.
Gotta be that way.
You gotta draw a line and then stand somewhere.
It got to be that way. And I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, but I think too often you get talented players that are more of a detriment to a team than they are a benefit, because their behavior, their attitude, and their ego completely tears the shit apart because they make it all about themselves. They feel like because I'm talented, I can do whatever I want. I don't got to come to practice, or I can do that. Man, look, a lot of times you get rid of that one or two players that can throw a nice pitch or can throw a nice, whatever on the line. And you find you a few other players that are completely dialed into the program, willing to sacrifice and do whatever. They're way more valuable than the cancerous talented players on the team. You know what I'm saying? But like, there has to be a separate podcast dedicated to that shit.
I agree.
And all I want to do is moderate. That's it.
No. You can't moderate if you're bringing it up.
Listen, but listen.
You gotta be full-fledged.
My days with that shit is long and gone, GP. I don't have to deal with that shit no more. You dealt with that shit way longer than I have. Dr. Shelley, you probably still dealing with that shit now.
I mean, people gonna play friend ball regardless.
It's not just friend ball though. It's the sucker shit.
It is. I mean, that
it's
too.
The sucker shit. It's the the friend ball is one thing, but a lot of these suckers is going and playing with the enemy,
trying to prove a point.
I want to say one thing real quick on. It's not on that, but it's kind of to highlight what you were saying earlier. A lot of people like to downplay the teams that like to play in intermediate when you don't understand. Intermediate is going down at the moment. It ain't to be slept on, because you can't, nor should you try to knock somebody if they don't think that they're at that level to want to play in advance. You can't knock somebody for wanting to just stay in a comfort zone where they at. So I don't care if it's advanced. I don't care if it's intermediate. I just like to be able to come out there on the weekends and fellowship with all good competition. My team has been intermediate for the past 8-9 tournaments, but you'll see me during the bye over there talking to advanced teams. Because at the end of the day, it's really just kickball. It's about the fellowship. So just trying to tear people down because they don't want to play in advance, like that right there, to quote you, Arion, that's some sucker shit. Like,
here's the thing. I'm gonna double down though, and I'm gonna say on top of that what you're saying, Twan, though, like what I said on previous podcasts. When it comes to intermediate and advanced, right? Like a lot of people try to look at it as a tier up, a tier below. Oh, I'm going up to advanced, or I'm going down to intermediate. And I've always been careful in saying you ain't going up or down. You're moving over from one to the other because it's just two different styles of gameplay, right? Intermediate, honestly, when we look at the way intermediate is played, number one, if you was a random stranger coming up to a kickball event and you watch an intermediate team play and then you say, oh, cool. And then you walk to an advanced team play and you was like, oh, cool. You wouldn't know the difference in terms of intensity, competitiveness, atmosphere. You wouldn't know the difference. Right? Unless you were dialed in and paying attention to the pitch style. Number two, intermediate style of play, underhand pitch style, is a more common style of kickball that we see played across America. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I move to Denver, Colorado tonight and say I want to join a kickball league, They're playing underhand pitch style. So when you talk about the gameplay, it's just a style of play that they play. No, it's not less competitive. It's not less intense. It's just a different style of play. You see what I'm saying? And so I think once people start to really kind of program in their minds that, oh, it's not a tier above or a tier below. It's just a different tier. Then you'll start to. That's why we purposely we changed it when we first came out. We changed it from we originally called it social.
Social.
It's like, nah,
Yep.
we can't call this shit social no more. We can't call it social no more. We can't do that. And then that's when we was like, all right, let's change it to intermediate. But even calling it intermediate is almost a slap in the face to the competitors that are competing in the division. We might have to come out with something else because, again, these players are not less talented or less competitive. They just prefer a different style of game. And also, too, what we notice is we get whole teams, that have played advanced, and majority of the roster have went over and played intermediate and did not make it out of single limbs or got eliminated in single limbs.
So that was going to be my next thing, because there's been tournaments where advanced teams came down, moved over and played intermediate, and you would think because it's an advanced team they would want to have the advantage and win, and they don't. Some of them don't even make it out of pool play.
Can't even advance to single limbs.
Because what it does is in advance, those advanced teams that have those pitchers, those elite pitchers, when you move over to intermediate, the way the pitch style is, everybody has an opportunity to kick. Everybody has an opportunity to put a foot on the ball. So now let me see what you can do. Now let me see if you can really catch in the outfield. Let me see if you can really do that, because it's easy for the pitcher to take the game on his back and then strike out everybody or foul everybody out. The whole defense don't have no work. But in the intermediate, you're going to get that work.
You can get it.
It's actually going to show who can play and who can't, for real.
I'm about to say to expose people too.
And so for us, like, even we're very intentional, and I think that intermediate teams and players will say that. I think for us, we've been very intentional about making sure that there's equality and equity across the board in terms of how we showcase it on ESPN and stuff like that, right? Like when we stream on ESPN, we don't just stream all advanced games, or we don't just we stream both. We say, all right, advanced you get 2, intermediate you get 2, because we're showcasing a variety in the landscape of what kickball looks like at both levels, underhand, any style. You know what I'm saying? And they're different. So what I will say is this. I will say that in intermediate, you will notice higher scoring games in most cases and a lower IQ. This is what I will say. And the reason why I will say that is because the lower IQ piece simply is reflective of the fact that newer players are more willing to play intermediate before they will play advanced. And so that lower IQ is going to be something that we see amongst that community, the newer group that are coming in. They're just not coming in, but it's not an overarching reflect of the entire intermediate group. It's just the fact that if I'm a brand new player and I have to choose between one of the two, I'm probably going to lean more to, I'm not playing advanced. I'm going to probably play intermediate. My lack of IQ may be reflective of, you see what I'm saying? Like as a team. Aside from that, when I watch games, I see mistakes being made in both games. I see highlights being made in both games. I see high intensity. I see competitiveness. I see it in both games. And so for me, I'm just kind of like, I respect them both equally. I respect them both equally. And so much so to the point where we as an organization have to come up with a different way to title these divisions so that we aren't undermining or disrespecting these athletes and competitors that are playing in these divisions based off of the way that they are accustomed to playing in their hometowns. You know what I'm saying?
And I will say, when we do the commentating on the games on ESPN, I always say intermediate's up next. If you thought that game, it was a veteran kickball player seeing two great teams play in the score ended up being 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that. For kickball people, we were like, okay, that's a great game. But you're going to have way more action. And I say it all the time. When we get to this intermediate game, it's going to be way more action that you saw in that previous game in advance. And 9 times out of 10, it definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you say that before or after you started twerking on set?
I thought you said your mom was on here.
Shit.
She logged off or see what I'm saying? See, so that's what I got put up with all the time. But however, I do preface that when I do call the games, when there's intermediate advance, I'm like, there's gonna be way more action in this intermediate game. And you see the kickouts, you see the outfield getting work, you see the infield getting work. And when you have those advanced games with those elite pitchers, you might not see that.
Now that said, next year, 2026, because of this, what I will say is that you will start to see a little bit more crossover 2026 as it relates to kind of how we saw and we did with the women in Austin, where you had Lisa Frank and you had DTP and you had No Mercy. They crossed over. They played You Tried It. They played, some of the women teams on the intermediate side. You can see a little bit of crossover, more crossover in 2026 as it relates to these matchups to give a variety of competition. But then obviously you go back to your respective divisions when it's all said and done, come for single limbs. But I think that what I saw in Austin was enough for me to say, okay, you know what? Crossover is okay, and it's healthy, because what I saw on the women's side was I saw some intermediate women teams beat some of the teams that registered and signed up for advance. We saw that.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that, and we saw that convincingly. And it was enough for us to say, okay, there can be crossover, and it's healthy. It's healthy for crossover. And so for 2026, you're going to start to see a little bit more crossover.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see a little bit more crossover. And I think that helps everyone in terms of just kind of, hey, if I travel all the way from Charlotte all the way to Austin, the last thing I want to do is play the same teams that I play in Charlotte all the time. I want to play some of these other teams. And what I've noticed is like we're seeing advanced teams, they're going over to intermediate, not because they're trying to drop, but they just want to play new people.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank period is like, well, shit, we're not getting to play them in advance. We just want to play different teams.
Mm-hmm.
And if the only way we're going to be able to do that is to go over to intermediate, then so be it. And so for us, seeing that and being negligent to that, I'm not doing my job in terms of making sure that we're creating an experience that everybody wants to be a part of. So there will be more crossover 2026. I guarantee you that. There's going to be a lot more crossover.
That's cool.
So will we possibly have this calendar by the end of 2025?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably by the end of next week.
Look, you might mess around. You mess around and have it by Christmas for sure. But what I'll say is 90% of this calendar, 99% of this calendar is done. All right. There are some cities and some destinations where, unfortunately, it's just because of the way that the Parks and Recs work in terms of permits.
Mm-hmm.
We can't put it out there. We just can't. If we do, so technically we can, and based off the meetings and the conversations that we had, I feel comfortable enough doing it. Some cities I may not put an actual field location. I may just tell you the city. But I'm very GP, you know how I am. I'm very hesitant and I'm very hesitant to put things out there before the ink is dry, because I'm like, if it doesn't, like I don't want to be.
That's the backside of being an organization that the people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just but there's a lot of things that come into play. There's permits. There's
availability of the venue.
Availability of the venue. But then also too, respectively, you want to take into consideration other organizations that have established a presence with the community that we serve and not wanting to interfere with some of the things that they have going on. Because when you love the community as much as I do, I don't want to create a setting where Twan and his team have to choose between Myrtle Beach and us, right? Like, so like, is there a way we could avoid that conflict and overlap? I don't want Dr. Shelley to have to feel like, damn, I got to choose between Legacy and Turf Wars, right? Like, so like also navigating and traveling that space. Everybody else I could care less about, right? And so just kind of like making sure that we're good in that space. But then timing and all of these different type of things, contracts, you know, making sure that we get the check marks and stuff. So the goal is to hopefully have it within the next 2 weeks. If I don't have everything solidified within the next 2 weeks, we may just do a release where we say, okay, here's what we have Q1. Here's some teasers for Q2. Everything else pending, coming soon. You know,
I think you did that
I'm not,
before, and that was still, you know what I'm saying, like gives us time to plan way ahead of time in advance. So.
Yeah, because I can't at the end of the day, like I can't. What we can't do is we know we got events coming up Q1 at the top of the year. We can't allow those events to suffer because we're waiting on a contract August of 2026. You see what I'm saying? Like if we got an event February and March, there's no way that we could hurt our own community and not inform them of a February and a March event because we're waiting on an event July and August of 2026. Man, fuck them events. Get these out here. Let them know about this, and then we'll. You see what I'm saying? So, at the very least, we'll put some teasers out there and let everybody know what's up.
Cool.
Yep.
Y'all still got Samir backstage?
He ain't never come backstage. I went back there and checked a few times just to make sure. He ain't back there. No, he ain't.
Shout out to him though. Shout out to him. He's a very dope individual. Always show good sportsmanship.
Charlie's dad.
Shut up. I'm gonna apologize to everybody for him because he be picking with people at tournaments. So I'm just apologize for him. He got too many enemies right now. So if y'all see us fighting,
not Twan. Twan don't got no enemies.
None.
This man got a whole gang of folks ready to just fight him. And I keep telling him, as your best friend, I can't allow them to jump you. So yeah,
you better than me. Because if somebody,
if they, that's a yellow card. You can't play.
Look, if they came to jump GP,
what?
Y'all got to settle this 1v1.
No. Look, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Ain't nobody gonna put their hands on that man or Dr. Shelley if I'm around. Cause I'm gonna call the police, man.
Not the Fofos.
I'm calling cops.
Oh man.
Nah, man. But
and the sad part is, I believe it.
Man,
I do too.
Yeah, I believe it. He gonna run over there after it's all done and talk about what happened. I seen you like getting punched in my face. You ran over there talking about, oh, my kids was in the way. Get out of here.
Man, don't do that, man. Don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that. But nah, look, all right. So what y'all did down there in Atlanta, in Austin, dope as hell, right?
Hey, can we take a shot for that?
Yeah, we take a shot. Look, man, shout out to our sponsors, Tito's too, by the way, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, y'all want to know a secret? Dr. Shelley, you want to know a secret?
Oh yeah.
All right, look.
That should probably for me. So I don't know.
I got about 50 of these bottles in my garage right now. Unopened.
What?
About 50. Yeah, about 50. I just opened this for the podcast.
That was his shit.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you this: if you come to Milwaukee, you gotta bring Tito's. You gotta bring Tito's with you.
I'm gonna try. But y'all a beer drinking state.
Oh no, not they beer drinkers, but the kickball community, that's Tito's.
Tito's. So what made y'all like Tito's so much? May I ask?
I don't drink, but
okay.
Literally the entire kickball park, you will see Tito's floating around, gallons of it at a time.
Rubbing alcohol.
Okay, so can I ask a question? And this may just be my own ego, but did turf wars have anything to do with that?
No.
Thank you.
Damn.
If anything, but if anything, you enhanced it with Tito's.
I was about to say you enhanced it, possibly
You
enhanced it.
definitely
I would
enhanced
say
They go Dr. Shelley.
What?
GP, man,
Yes,
be
sir.
quiet, man. Because
Yes,
I was gonna
sir.
take the sound bite and I was gonna send it to them, and then they was gonna use this. And
Just
they would
cut
be
me
doing
out.
more.
Did he
No,
crop me like you always do?
No. You said what?
I said, did he crop me? You know. You know, you was at that Diddy party.
Did he crop me? Look, I was gonna take that sound bite. I was gonna send it to my people at Tito and be like, look how they responded to the question I asked them when I was like, yo, did we have any?
All right, let's do it over.
I will say
Okay,
this.
let's do it. All right, rewind. All right, look.
Take two.
All right, let's do it over. Take two. Did turf wars have anything to do?
You can't laugh, GP.
This guy's an idiot, man. This guy's an idiot, man.
All right, no, for real. Go ahead.
You're an idiot. You ready? Take
Put
two.
your glass down, GP. Yours brown.
Put your glass down. So, Twan, we ask you a real question.
Let's see those reposado.
Yeah, it's a vodka. They don't have reposado, man. They don't have añejo, reposado, or blanco. It's just vodka.
Listen.
Fucking
All right.
idiot. Okay, all right. Here we go. So I want to ask y'all a real question, right? I know y'all say y'all drink a lot of Tito's in Milwaukee. Did turf wars have anything to do with how much y'all drink Tito's?
Yeah, a whole lot. It even bought. So they went to the first one, and we had quite of a huge spectator community with us then, and it really brought more people out to Charlotte this year because of the Tito's.
Thank you.
That's
Twan,
what's
you?
I'm normally a tequila man, but you know, Tito's is cool in my book sometimes. I can take as many shots as I want. I'm not playing. I'm just coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I could be a
Dr.
belligerent
Shelley?
drunk coach.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Shelley, what say you?
Tito's on ice, straight, no chaser.
Straight, no chaser. And GP, what about you? We know you love your old fashions mixed with Tito's.
Actually,
Man, shut up, man.
if Tito's ran for president, I vote for him.
And this segment is brought to you. So, all right, so we good now. We got that. We got that out the way. We good, right? So, yeah, all right, so we good. But nah, I appreciate y'all. And you know, we'll try. We'll see if we could get that extension. Normally, our relationship with Tito's is only in Charlotte because it's state specific.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've done enough as a brand and as an organization to extend our reach beyond just the city of Charlotte and establish a strong presence with their brand and our brand in other markets, and we'll certainly have that conversation and you know, look to see if we could bring that experience to Milwaukee for sure.
I was actually
you know,
surprised they didn't do it in Austin, considering that they were established.
So let me say this: that wasn't on them. That was on us. You know, that was on us. This was the most tournaments we've done in a single year. So we kind of worked very sequential. It was like, okay, we got this tournament, focus on this. All right, next tournament, focus on this. And by the time we got to Austin, we're looking and I'm like, fuck, we didn't do any like sponsor outreach or none of that. We just made sure we got Richmond successfully executed. And now we're here at Austin, and we haven't taken like full advantage of like a lot of the relationships that we've established with some of these sponsors and brands to bring it to the grand finale. And so this is something that we're learning for going into 2026. It's like, yo, like, you know, you got Austin or Milwaukee, September 25th, 2026. Go ahead and just let Tito's know now. Let him know now, right? Like, what you playing for? And like, so these are things that I kind of been learning. And so, you know, we'll look to implement and knock out for sure.
Since we spoke him up, my main man Samir was backstage, and I politely brought him on.
Good God.
There you go. There you go.
God, man. Boy, that boy in demon time too.
Yo.
Look at it, man.
Yo.
God damn, man.
What you talking about, man? Hey, Twan, congratulations, man. Y'all, yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Reckless
Love, bro.
United.
Charlie's dad.
What's up? What's
Y'all
up?
ever seen that movie? Have y'all ever seen that movie Paper Soldiers?
Hey, I don't even want to.
Where that boy Beanie Siegel was a bully, man.
I don't want to go where they're going with this.
Oh.
No, man, look. The movie Paper Soldiers, where Beanie Siegel, his character in the movie was Stu. He got out of jail and he was bullying everybody. He was just a bully on the block. That's who we just now brought on the podcast, man. The man just be trying to bully everybody, man.
No, I
reason.
don't, man.
Stu. That's Stu. Beanie Siegel got out of jail, was walking into the barbershop, and as he was fresh out of jail, as he was walking into the barbershop, one of the dudes who was standing on the corner, he just knocked him out for no reason. Before he went into the barber, for no reason, GP. That's who we just now brought on the podcast. Stu, what up, man? You muted, man.
You on mute.
Muted.
What's good? What's good? My bad. What's up?
Yeah, man. What's up, man?
You congratulating us, man. You the 3-time champ. So that's big up to you right there.
Nah, that's in legacy. Oh,
Y'all
you talking
won-
about it? Yeah.
Y'all won-
Shockwave, man. That's my
Y'all want
team, man.
y'all want Charlotte? Y'all want Richmond? Y'all want Austin?
That's bad. That's like all
That's 3.
back to back.
Yeah,
That's 3.
That's
You
dope.
know, that's dope. That's big. And
Got them peoples up out of there.
there's something to be said about that. And you know, we invited y'all on the podcast to come talk about it. But
Man, my bad, man.
Y'all so Hollywood. Y'all just dismiss everything that we put together.
Man, I don't see it. I don't know. Tende had to send me the link. That's crazy.
Tende had to send me the link. GP, you
Man.
hear this?
I promise you, I didn't get a link. I'm not in the group that y'all talking about, man. I'll be so out the way, man.
Did you
Twan,
get the
I'm in
link?
that group. See if I'm in that group, Twan.
Twan, did you get the
I'm not
link?
seeing.
Group me in it.
Dr. Shelley, did you get the link?
Shelly, please see if I'm in there, Dr. Shelly, and
I'm
confirm.
looking right now.
Okay, confirm. Chosen one.
Oh yeah, I see your name.
Oh, what's the name of the group?
Inner Circle podcast.
podcast.
It's a group me name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't added on that, man. So you got to add me on there. You know, nudge me. I didn't see that.
Congratulations, Shockwave, man. Listen, 3 in a row.
Varnell Hill.
Varnell by far, man. Matter of fact, we might call Varnell Samir. So what we want to do is one, congratulate Shockwave, but talk to us about this being the last tournament.
Hold on,
of the
give me
year.
5. Give me 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds. My bad.
The
See what I'm
fuck?
saying? Varnell
Varnell
Hill. This man will come on right when we supposed to go off.
Get
We
off.
supposed to sign off, and here he come. That's all good. But we definitely appreciate y'all reconciling.
My bad, man. Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah. What was the question?
We're gonna let Samir have his moment.
Yeah, so Austin, you know, this was the final event of the year, and obviously y'all had already, you know, kind of
I can't hear nothing.
solidified. You can't
I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear Arian.
Tell him
Yeah,
you have to
Ariel,
log
that's
off and log
another
back
one.
in.
Can you hear
You got-
GP?
you got to
GP
log-
say something.
Oh, he can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear GP. It's that boy. That boy don't got no service.
Tell him he got to log off and log back in.
T-Mobile.
Tell him
He
he got to
said,
log.
he said you're gonna have to log off and log back on.
Who, me?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, y'all can hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Ask him what his name say on there.
Immediately.
All right, go ahead, Arian.
Can you hear me?
They say immediately.
Can you hear me?
What, man?
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So talk to us, man. Number 3, final tournament of the year. Listen, we know. So here's what we're gonna say, right? We're gonna say Q1 through the summertime. You know, a lot of people started writing Shockwave off. Let's just call it what it is, right? We're gonna be honest. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna be real with it. A lot of people started writing Shockwave off, saying, "Okay, that's the Shockwave of old." But somewhere along the line, something clicked, something sparked, and I think it hit in Charlotte where y'all just kind of made sure that y'all got y'all momentum. And after y'all won that, y'all haven't looked back. Talk to me about what Austin meant to y'all in terms of being able to finish off on the note that you envisioned, and leading into that, how important it was for y'all to win those tournaments going in.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think Q1 was tough. We was finding our footing based on the tournaments that we entered as Shockwave. I know that we went to Auburn as a different name. Didn't have everybody available, but yeah, I wanted to finish the year off strong. I wanted to go into the next year with some enthusiasm, with some feel good. I made sure that Shockwave was going to Austin. It never crossed my mind that we weren't going. I didn't care who was going. Didn't matter to me. You play who out there. It was a sweet day. But more power to Jess and Bobby. I really want to shout them out. They did a hell of a job this year with the team, and all I did was just play. And it's been a great year on that aspect. And I do that new reign is Jess and Bobby, and I want to give them all the credit. And then we got Snipe and Chevy, Secret. We building. Every year they say, we do get like two off years, and then or a year and a half we off, and then we come back. So I ain't never seen no franchise do that. If you ask,
Yeah, and then
on the co-ed level,
what's also very
put
impressive.
that drink to your lips,
What's also impressive though, I think what's also impressive, and I think a lot of times it goes unnoticed, is the different variations of Shockwave that we see in terms of roster. And a lot of times people will try to hold that against the team and say, oh, they win because they had yada, 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 XYZ, this person, right? But when you look at the variations of teams that y'all had and the makeup of the roster, and you look at some of the players that play for the teams that have been on other rosters, they don't accomplish the same things that Shockwave has as a team, if that makes sense, right? They have the same players that y'all may have had that have played on other teams, but they didn't win. So what is it that you guys bring to the table, or that have? What is that special power that you all have, that regardless of who you play with, regardless of what year, what season, when, you're still able to manufacture a championship team?
leadership. It come from the core. It come from the top. If you're not leading by example, if you're not setting the ground rules of what you expect on your team, then you're gonna get whatever results that you get. But it always starts with leadership, and just being driven. Everyone with a common goal of, we want to win. We putting time and effort into this, and we want to win. So it's just, we've always been a plug and play. We can play with anybody. Pause. Pardon my left. God damn, that was crazy. But we can plug people into positions that we have on the kickball team.
My boy picking his words wisely there. That's all good though.
Hey, because GP be on here going crazy.
That boy GP
Nah, it ain't me. It
disgusting.
ain't me.
That boy disgusting.
Hey,
That boy.
But I do have a question for you, Samir. I got a serious question for you because you said what you said, the change in leadership, and I know that Shockwave name, the brand, is near and dear to your heart for many reasons.
uh-huh.
How hard was that to turn that over to a Bobby and a Jess to just play and follow them, knowing what this name means to you personally?
It's tough because you not Jessa put me in my damn place, and it's good that she does. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but I had to take a back seat because I knew that I can't be there forever. I can't do it forever, but I am gonna have a watchful eye. I'm not gonna let it just go crazy, or anything like that. But yeah, it was tough, GP. It was real tough. No lie, it was tough to even do that. But it was more tough, not for me, but it was tough to the conversation that I had to have with other people on the team.
Yeah. I think
if my memory serves me correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you will, from the inception of Shockwave, I believe there's only you and Chuck left from the inception.
Two.
Two people.
Yeah.
So what people don't really understand is from when Shockwave started, you've been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
You and Chuck and the team and the players have interchanged and intermingled for years on, but y'all still found a way. And I feel as though
that's what I'm saying, GP.
The leadership, but I feel as though it comes from you and it comes from Chuck. But I don't want to say more so you, because y'all two have been there from the beginning. Y'all been there from the fight in the beginning when y'all had to make a name for yourself, you had to establish yourself, and then become the champion that y'all end up becoming, and then still having to find a way to still be on top many, many years later with a whole refresh of players. I still feel as though that it comes from you and Chuck, but because more so you, because you are the pitcher, you put the team on your back, your passion for the game of kickball is definitely unmatched, and you don't have a problem with making enemies with nobody for the sake of the team. And you go out there and you put up or shut up, but you definitely gonna be there no matter what, win, lose, or draw. You definitely gonna give your last, your whole 100% in all in every game you play. So sometimes when y'all don't win a championship, you can understand a few reasons why people on the outside. And with this one thing I know, sometimes people don't even give a fuck that you changed and reinvented yourself 5 or 6 different times. They just want to beat the name Shockwave.
Yeah, for sure.
They just want to beat the name Shockwave, regardless of who you have on your team. You can have people, you be called Shockwave with all new people. They don't give a fuck because they're gonna be like, we beat Shockwave. Yeah, there's some type of some nuances to it as to why you won, but I feel like y'all took them lumps, and as you've seen, even in this year, y'all got the right players, and y'all ended up stronger than the way y'all started because y'all had to find your identity, and y'all right back on top like Shockwave has been for the past how many years? 13, 14 years?
It's been a minute. I mean, it don't hurt having Makai and
listen,
Kid and all of them boys.
Real quick. This is what I want to say, GP.
But Makai was in middle school when Shockwave started. That's the crazy
part. GP. This is what I want to say, though. This is what I want to say, and this is a real statement too, right? To expound on what you said. That's what I was speaking about, to the variations of the team. Because if you talk about who's been there since the beginning, who's still here now, if you only got 2 players, but you need fucking 10 to play on the field at one time, you need 13 to register. Think about how many different players have come and gone. Number one, that alone. Number 2, I'm going to make a bold ass statement. There's not a single team to date that has the type of impact that Shockwave has in terms of length of play, right? When you think about if a player off a team sees Shockwave on the schedule as an opponent, they feel the same way about that matchup they did today that they did 10 years ago. Fuck, we got to play Shockwave.
Yeah.
Right? 10 years. 10 years ago. You go 13 years ago. You pick a team 13 years ago. Shockwave on the schedule, my matchup. Fuck, we got to play Shockwave. There ain't another team right now in today's game of kickball that holds that same type of weight. If I look on my schedule now and I see I got Meatballs as my opponent, I'ma laugh at that shit. Because Meatball was popping back then.
Oh,
They ain't
yeah,
popping
yeah.
now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
8 years ago, I'd have been concerned with the Meatballs. I see a Meatballs on my schedule today. I'm sitting there and say, hey, guys, we're going to put the second unit in on this team. Pick another team. Pick another team. No, but I'm being honest, though. Pick another team on the men's, on the co-ed, or the women's side. Now, we had Lisa Frank, who's been in the game this long, 10 years, right? But if we're talking co-ed side, any team you could close your eyes, spin a wheel, pick a name, the best team you could think of, they don't resonate the same way today that they did 13 years ago. I don't give a fuck who you pick. Hammerheads, all these, look, my circuit community, y'all come on this podcast and y'all give me a name. None of them could say 13 years ago, teams fared us the same way they do today. So you got to give these people their flowers. You got to give these people their flowers. I still get it now. Man, we got to play Shockwave. I'm like, you do realize this was a random schedule generator, right? They don't want to play Shockwave now as they did 12 years ago. Ain't another team out there that currently exists that we could say that about. Give a fuck who
not only that, but the players that they lost, like the players that I'm not gonna say they lost, but moved on, stopped playing or doing whatever. They found and groomed somebody, to pick up the slack to where the players that they had.
That GP documentary is coming.
Listen. I'm being dead serious right here. For as far as like I say, Samir, he's played with a number of different charges, a number of different back catches, and he loves his players now. But that Samir Los and JJ back catching, that was top tier 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
And I played on that team.
I don't remember that. I'll let it go. But I mean, needless to say, like it's great to see that y'all guys are still figuring it out. It's still too elder. Then you got elder now. Yeah, elder.
Yeah.
Ball player. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And the way the game has been changed, and it's still been able to, you know what I'm saying, adapt to where it is, to where the game's changed now to where it was before. I mean, ain't nothing but kudos.
That's crazy, man. Because and here's another thing that I really
you ain't know that, Dr. Shelley, did you? Because what was you doing 12, 13 years ago?
Playing in the sandbox. That's what she was doing. Playing in the sandbox.
I started kickball in 2013, but I really didn't start tournaments until like right before COVID. So maybe that spring, summer of 19, and then we had that break.
Yeah.
So when we came back from COVID, from that pandemic, then that's when I was really playing. That's when I really got
I started playing tournament in 2015 and dominated as soon as I got out there.
I want to say back then, I think Shockwave probably is still the only team that was relevant during that so-called golden age during the circuit time it is now. But people don't understand what this particular team had to go through to get where they are now. They don't understand that grind, that all the bullshit that everybody had to go through, that they definitely had to go through, the cheating, the way they was fucking up the schedule, all of that
Man,
shit.
listen, hey, fuck all that shit. The racism that they were going through, because he ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say that shit. Right? All that bullshit that they were going through back then, right? They had to deal with that. They had to break through barriers and shit like that. There was a lot of bias and a lot of bullshit that was happening back then that doesn't exist today.
And if you want to talk about putting on for the city, back then they put on for the city. I swear to God, everybody from the DMV back then was tuned in to whatever, if they was alive or whatever, what was going on, supporting and following Shockwave until they started winning too much and then they started disliking them. But that's what happened. I mean, that's part of it. That's what happened.
That's facts, GP.
And that's natural, but there's something, and maybe we're overlooking the bigger picture here in terms of what that something is. Maybe that bigger picture, maybe a lot of that is Liz. Maybe a lot of that is Liz, because what the foundation that she built is so strong today that you know what I'm saying? Because like you think about it, GP, like a house built in the 1900s, the 1920s, if the foundation is strong, that's a nice ass, that's still a great house today. Years later, hundreds of years later. Right? And they teach us that in kindergarten. With the big bad wolf, you build a house made out of straw, that motherfucker come blow that shit down. You build a house out of hay, he'll blow the shit down. You build the shit out of bricks, it's here to last a lifetime. The foundation is what's important. And so, like when we think about what allowed this team to be as strong as they are today, are we discrediting and looking beyond the foundation, which is Liz?
And I totally agree, but I got one better, and this is for the, for Samir, as far as the passion and to the love for the game, and I'm not trying to be shady or nothing like that, but how many times has somebody brought a picture of the Shockwave that they felt that was better than you, that was going to lead them over you, and you still found a way to show that you was the motherfucking man of this motherfucking team? 15 years later, 14 years later.
It was a few. I mean, but
and
when you got like
those supposed to be the players that was supposed to replace you or whatever, so called. But yeah,
it's been a few. But at the same time, I know what I bring to the team.
Facts.
That you just can't replicate. Yeah, and it's just my passion for that team. They don't know about the grind for real. Like I see it and I just smile. Like, I was there. I did all that. That's cool. But we done been through some wars to where you really going through it. Like just you and your teammates, and y'all gotta really. It's just y'all against 30, 40 some other teams. And what you gonna do? Y'all just a bunch of fast black motherfuckers. You're not gonna get on base and y'all don't know kickball. That's what it was. That's what it was, man. That's what it was.
And not to mention back then where the pitch count was so crazy and you were still pitching 5 or 6 games by yourself in the tournament.
Yeah. Man,
so I want you to answer this question, man, real quick, man. And so after this Austin experience, because we got a lot of people who may be, so disconnected from the game and they go based off of what they see. They say kickball is dead. Oh, it ain't the same as it used to be. Or the talent ain't the same, or that player can't kick as far as I can, or if I was playing then. As a pioneer of the game, somebody who's been around just as long as these fuck boys, what do you say?
Put that Tito's down.
What do you say about the state of the game as it relates today? GP, you stupid man. What do you say about the game as it relates to today? What's your take on it? Do you feel the game is in good hands and is on a good path, or do you feel the game is dead?
I feel that from Austin, that last that championship game, it was crazy to watch, and not more so the gameplay was cool. And then I think they played like Walk of Shame, which was a 365 team. I remember that team. I think I played them in like a CCC. We played them in pool play. So they playing intermediate is wild. But the sidelines, I can only remember another time a sideline, being that thick on both sides and all around. And I just go back to like, man, I hate to say it, but like 2013 CCC in New Orleans when we played meatballs, and it was so many people on our sideline, we was confused, like, y'all cheering for us? And he was like, yeah, we want y'all to beat meatballs. And now it's like, okay, I get it now. Meatballs been winning for a long time, so they just want to see them get beat. And we just a fresh new team out there. So, but to see that it was kind of like a sideline like that, but it more so was, we wanted to see Reckless win just cause, just off the strength. We know what was the meaning and the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great game, and that energy, that vibe. Man, the West Coast tournaments. I tell you something about West Coast tournaments, man. West Coast tournaments this year have been top tier. Like the vibes. I ain't even like, I'm not even just saying it because I'm a turf.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Man, Vegas, top tier tournament this year. And Austin, man, was such a vibe that, I want to petition for more West Coast tournaments. I know it's hard. I know, we always on the East Coast, and that's cool. We can always make them tournaments, but man, y'all got to like, you got to start prepping, planning better as a team and as an individual, because it's not, now I want to go into registration a little bit because I'm always saying complaints and stuff. But the problem is, you wait until a week or 2 weeks before registering for a tournament. So yeah, it's gonna climb up and bite you in the ass. It's gonna be $100 and whatever because look what you're doing. You registering at a later date. The calendar is out there. He just said whenever he gonna put the calendar out in 2 weeks. Cool. You put the calendar out. You know what you want to do as an individual. These are the tournaments I want to go to. Just register for them if you want. Or when you get that side money, I know it ain't easy. I know it's hard, but if you want to go, if this is what you like to do, you like the politic, and like how he said, the community, that's what you like to do. That's your hobby. Then you might as well go ahead and pay it. Like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to Gatlinburg. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to wherever. Pay that. But also, sometimes it can fall on the team too, because they'll reach out to a player a little bit too late, and they not, hey, can you think you're available to play this tournament? Let me see what I can do. And yeah, they could be paying, but that's a choice that you make, that you say yes to that individual asking you at that particular time, asking you as well.
Right.
But
and
then
and,
also,
and not only the registration, but a West Coast tournament, you can't wait a week before and try to get
can't bullshit.
No, can't bullshit with that shit. You can't do that shit. And as organizers, GP, I know you could attest to this. It's like sometimes we feel like we're chasing our own tail, because from the community, you're begging us to put a schedule out there early, and we're rushing and hustling and doing this to get a schedule out there to you early, with the mindset that getting this out there to you early is going to give you enough time to plan and prepare.
Right.
But then you wait until the last minute to register.
Always.
And then put that back on us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people complain about our pricing, or the registration is too close. You need to lower your prices. But you ain't gonna talk about the fact that we put the schedule out there in January and opened up registration for all portals for the entire year in January. So if you knew in January,
you can register. You
can
saying,
register huh? Look, wait.
you saying January, but it's probably November, December, the prior year for real.
Yeah.
So like on some real shit. If you wanted to register for Austin for less than $100, you could have did that shit in January.
Yeah,
you could have if you wanted to, but you waited until October to bring that shit to our attention and say, "Oh, why? Why you gonna beg us to bring a schedule out early if you could still wait until the last minute? If that's the case, I could wait until October to announce this fucking date.
right.
If you're gonna wait until October to register." And so, like, it's a lot of fuck shit that be going on with these players. Some of these players, man.
It's properly planning and preparing.
Yeah,
for what you're doing, and also, but also another thing is people don't have teams. So like, and I'm just gonna speak on my team. That's the only thing that I can speak on. Just what I know. You get a list. I mean, you get a schedule. You shoot it out to individuals. To the whole team. I'm sorry, to the whole team. What tournaments can you make? We'll have a list of them. You check yes, no, maybe. We going off a yes, no, maybe. You a maybe, then we gotta maybe go look and find who can make that tournament.
Facts.
That's how we gotta do it. And if it's a no, then we see if we gotta do a skeleton team. And you see a flow, or you see a team in Vegas, one night stand. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about. Number one, if you got a team that you committed to where you can make them type of decisions and not, freelance or however you do it. But if you're going to freelance, then this is what you're going to run into every time.
I think as organizers, it's important for us, me and UGP, to understand processes like what he just said too. You know what I'm saying? For us to understand what teams have to go through in order to fill teams. Because a lot of times we put these events out there, we put these tournaments together, and we automatically assume, and I'm just using we automatically assume that Shockwave is going to be there, right? But in essence,
we are
but in essence, the full Shockwave team may not be able to be there, like a Vegas. So they gotta do like a one night stand, because they, like you said, a skeleton team, because we don't know who the yes, nos, or maybes are, and so. How are we able to make sure that we're strengthening our relationships with the captains, with those decision makers that are galvanizing the players, to make sure that when we're putting these schedules together, we're also making sure that we do it in a way where these captains have an ability to bring these teams, like things like that. But
I get what you're saying. But coming from me as being a coach, myself and Tasha, like, it don't matter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can put that shit out, like Samir said, well in advance. It still don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I'm still going to wait till the last minute. But I'm going to tell. Hold on. What I'm going to tell you is, if I'm telling you that Phenoms is coming to Turf Wars Austin or whatever, we're going to do the best of our ability to make sure it be there. And I'm not saying this work for everybody. If we have to put up our own money to get these players there, so it won't give you the opportunity to drop at the last minute or some shit like that, then we're going to ensure that our team is going to be there. Everybody is not a good coach or captain. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because we get, as an organization, we get coaches and captains, put a team in, and then ask us to fill it for them. No, that's not our job. That's not our job to fill your team. You put this team in. You find the players. You know what I'm saying? It's not on us, because we never asked no organization when we were coaching to fill our team. We did it ourselves. If we couldn't do it, then we wasn't coming. We do it in enough time so it doesn't be a detriment to the organization. But at the same time, if we say we coming regardless. Now, it has been times where we had a skeleton team under the same name and we went out there and got our ass kicked because they just beat Phenoms or whatever. It was what it was, but to these organizations don't be knowing what we be having to go through, like Samir said. Like, if I know that the people I got coming, we ain't got a shot in hell, but at the same time, I was never a fan of changing the name. It is what it is. We got who we got, but we made sure that we filled the team. Everybody isn't a good coach or captain. It's up to them to fill their team. If you put a team in, it's up to you to fill it. It's not up to the organization. Hey, how many free agents y'all got? We need 7. No, niggas, you need 7 free agents, nigga. That's a whole team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a whole team.
What have you done?
Who the hell?
that'd be
Why I
wild.
gotta recruit the team for you?
Yeah, that'd be wild to me. And then, like, I know we dealt with it. We dealt with it a few times this year, and it's like stressful because it's like we got 40 other teams to cater to and tend to right now, and you're asking us.
I got one better for you. A motherfucker can't field their team that last week. Be like, let me get a discount.
You know, and so just I mean it's just a lot of things, you know, but like as it relates to players requesting for lower registration, I'm just speaking for Turf Wars. I'm not speaking for any other organization. Players that's asking for lower registration, the answer no, right? Because we give lower registration. Early bird registration is that lower registration.
Mm-hmm.
You want early registration or lower registration during late registration. It don't work that way.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
No. Right? Like we can't do it. We're not getting Dr.
So the thing about it is you do everything that you can to accommodate.
Yeah.
But there's certain lines you're just not gonna cross. I'll give you an example. We just did something in October to where all you had to do was take a picture with a Legacy shirt on, saying that you at the grocery store, at a football game, or something like that, and 6 people will get a free registration. All you had to do was post a picture, but you with a Legacy shirt on or a Legacy towel or something like that. Dr. Shelley, how many people you think did that?
2.
Possibly 3.
1.
Damn.
Dad, for real?
One person.
Damn,
did it,
Michaela?
and they got a free registration.
It was only
after that, everybody started coming after that. Oh, can you do it again? Nah.
But
You're not
I mean,
doing it again.
they you know, and I ain't gonna bash our community, but they be thinking. I mean, a lot of them be thinking that shit be cute, man. That shit don't be cute, like you know, like. And here's the crazy part about it. We got so many dope ass individuals, intellectual and smart individuals within the kickball community that come up with these bright ass fucking ideas in terms of how we can create a business model that benefits not only the organization but the player. Like I can't tell you how many people, like how many smart ass like players that are in their working everyday space are constantly tasked with the responsibility of coming up with decisions, smart decisions to make. They bring those decisions to us, and like they've introduced the idea of like rewards programs and this, that, and the third. And we're like, you know what? That's a good idea, and we'll introduce it, and nobody picks it up. and we'll be like, okay, well, we introduced it, we did it. And we'll let it go as an organization because we got other things, other things to prioritize, right? So like we're not locked. Like the rewards program that we had, we came up with a whole rewards program on how you could earn points to save money. Shit, a lot of the things that we did, you didn't even have to work towards. You get $5 off when your birthday roll around. You don't even gotta do shit for that, right? Like, right? So like. We implemented stuff like that, and as we see that, it's just kind of like, okay, it's a lot of lip service. People just want to talk to just be heard, but not really see a resolution. It's like kind of like, all right, back to your regularly scheduled program, because you out here just you loud and you wrong for no reason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, you know, 2026 though, I think. For us, I think we're going to see a lot of things that we did right from 2025. We're going to bring it in. Things that we did wrong, we're going to look to remove and separate ourselves from that for 2026. And I'm sure I can't speak for Tasha and GP, but I'm sure y'all are on the same mindset in terms of y'all probably don't want to bring in anything that y'all did wrong and want to capitalize on the things that y'all did right. But then also on top of that, just creating an experience that's more aligned with what the consumer wants to experience, I would say.
Yep.
It's something that we're focused on and wanting to do. But Yeah, that's where we are with it. You know, that's where we are.
But I mean, we 41 minutes past our time, man. I done missed my dinner and all of that.
Boy, you ain't
Yeah,
miss
I
your
gotta
dinner
go walk
because
my dog.
Dr. Shelley, they said that boy about to get his salad tossed, and I know that boy ain't miss his dinner. I said, that boy GP about to toss it. There's only one
Hey,
person.
Dr. Shelley, this motherfucker had the same jokes every
Look,
week.
GP.
Every week.
GP is
And,
only.
and Dr. Shelley, you say the same thing too. You about to walk your dog. That's what
I
they call
do have
it.
to walk. She's on the schedule.
That's what they call it.
She's on
You
the
about to go.
schedule.
You about to go see a man about a dog.
No, my little Hennessy. It's time for her to go outside in the backyard. It's time for her to do her little walk.
Your yard full of shit. Is your yard full of shit?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you got poop or
There's
scoop?
one-
So when I go out, I know this is bad, but when I'm outside, like, I'm not even gonna tell you. Never mind.
And other people yard, you let Hennessy shit in other people yard, you don't pick it up.
That's what you're supposed
You
to
don't
do.
need to be no dog owner, bro.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Hey man, you heard?
I did
Yo,
not.
Aaron, you heard that boy nephew Tommy had? Yo,
That's what you're supposed to. Yeah. Look, GP can try to blame this podcast on me while we ran over, but the real reason why we ran over, the real reason why we ran over is because of that boy Varnell Hill. That's why we ran over.
Motherfucker, immediately.
That's why we ran over. Where that immediately come from anyway? Can somebody explain to me where that come from?
Only person I can explain is the nigga that made it.
Yep. Yeah.
Y'all need to watch. Y'all need to watch that reel on Instagram where they were pranking that dude inside of Walmart. And they had
No, that really is funny as hell though. It's a funny ass.
It's a funny ass reel. I'ma share it.
It's too funny.
It was a dude. It was a guy inside of Walmart. GP. Dr. Shelley. He was shopping. A fake store associate came up to him and was like, "Yo, my manager told me that you got to leave the store because you stealing." And he got a walk. The fake store associate got a walkie-talkie with him, and so as he's telling the shopper this, the walkie-talkie chirp in and was like, "Yeah, I caught this man stealing. Tell him he need to leave the store now."
No, his bitch ass need to leave the store.
Yeah. So the guy who's shopping, he immediately be like, "Man, hey man, what the fuck you talking about? Talk about I'm stealing, yada yada yada." You know. So he getting mad and shit like that. He's like, "Hey, I want to know who on that walkie-talkie." So the dude on the walkie-talkie chirp in and he'll like tell him I ain't coming down there. Tell him he need to leave the store immediately. But look, I'm gonna share this shit, man. But the dude who was in the store, he'll like, man, tell whoever on that walkie-talkie I need to see him now. Otherwise, I'm gonna take it out on your ass. And so
AGB, the nigga grabbed the fucking mic off the dude's chest, man. He started talking in the nigga mic, man.
Man.
He said, "I should beat your ass just cause."
Dude on the walkie-talkie told him, "Take your Rick James looking ass out the store, man." But like, look, when you see this shit, hilarious, man. You gonna die when you see this shit. But that's where he get that shit from, man. And he was doing that shit all day in Austin too, on that walkie-talkie chirping people, talking about, "I need him out of here immediately."
Man, that's crazy. Oh, also, I also want to make an announcement now too. I just saw a post earlier today that Muriel Bowser won't be she won't be going back up to be mayor.
Yes, sir.
And Samir is now going to be the mayor elect. He's going to be running for mayor of DC.
You know who y'all need? You know who y'all need? Y'all need a real motherfucking mayor to come into the city and turn things around. Y'all need Marion Barry, man. That's who y'all need.
How we gonna get him?
Yeah, how, Aaron?
His son ain't even no good.
Going get
I
married.
want to know. I mean, this is gonna be another podcast. I want to know who next though. She out. I want to know who next up in line.
I hope it ain't no white man.
Yeah. But anywho, man, I done finished drinking all my liquor. Your Tito's should be gone.
Hey man, I'll be down that way. I'll be down that way by tomorrow.
My Tito's right here, man. This is where my Tito's at.
Dr. Shelley Wiggs standing up, so I already know it's time to go.
Yeah, like I said, that girl wig. Man, for one, that's not a wig. That's not a wig. Dr. Shelley, listen.
Why you worried about my hats?
Dr. Shelley, your hair look nice.
No, it do. That don't look. I thought you were somebody else.
I'll be down that way tomorrow, man.
Are you coming down Charlotte?
Nah, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. Safe travels, man. We can see y'all.
Yeah, safe travels. What part of South Carolina? I got family there. Going.
That boy family down in Florence. Okay, look.
Stop. Anderson, Clemson.
Newberry.
Okay.
Penalty.
Newberry. Don't my folks from Newberry. Don't do that.
Nah, ain't nothing wrong with Newberry, man. That boy just talking right now, man. Hey, I'm gonna get up with Bobby though, man. I'm gonna get up with Bobby in Greenville, man.
All right, man. 2-5, man. Tell them y'all want to meet me. I'll be in Charlotte, man. I'm
2-5, man. Get down. We going to the White House. You know we're gonna holler at that boy Big Kelvin.
Yeah, man. Tell that man send me up a plate. That boy said he getting up with that boy Big Drew. So, look, Dr. Shelley.
Not Big Drew.
If only you knew.
Man, GP, I got to fill y'all in on the backstory, man. That's that boy right hand man.
Man, you better cut it the fuck out, man, for real.
Look, man, that boy going down there to see that. But anyhow, Dr. Shelley, GP, happy holidays to y'all.
Happy holidays, big dog.
Big nasty.
Hey, Dr. Shelley, hold on right quick. Hey, Dr. Shelley, Aaron, what y'all cooking something for Thanksgiving or not?
I took off.
So you're not cooking?
No, I'm going to people's homes with my Tupperware.
Ain't nobody going to spaghetti anyway.
Yeah.
Ariane, what you got?
Oh, wait. Dr. Shelley, let me tell you a trick. I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to tell you a trick. This is how you get away with to-go plates like you'll never believe. When you pull up to the function, as soon as you go in, immediately, before you do anything else, pack you a to-go plate. You do that before you greet anyone.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Take that shit and go put that in the car.
That's what I do.
You go in, pack a to-go plate, and you go put that in the car. Then you come back in. Then you greet everybody. And you stay in there. You have a good time. And when it's time to go, you pack a to-go plate again. Right? Then you take that shit to the car.
That's how you do that for real.
That's called a 2-for-1 special. You don't go to no Thanksgiving function unless you do that. And also, too, here's the kicker. Here's the best part about it. You don't have no choice but to do it. Because when you're getting ready to leave, the host, they got to ask you, you don't want a to-go plate? You got to act like, oh, no, I'm good. I'll take you to-go plate. You sure? Yeah. All right, I'll take one. You take one. They don't know you got two.
Mental note. Okay, thank you.
So if we can do this, we do this, right? So again, here's what we do. GP, this for you too.
I'm hosting.
Are you hosting?
Yeah, I'm hosting this year.
Who cooking?
Me and Ty.
What you making?
Don't worry about it. It tastes better than that trash chicken you be making.
Oh shit! How bad? Hey, wait. How bad is it?
That motherfucker put asparagus on the grill and ain't seasoned that motherfucker at all.
Yo, how bad How bad is my chicken?
That shit
How bad is-
terrible. That shit trash.
Is it?
Yeah. It came straight out the motherfucking pot and went into the trash. I tasted that shit. I tasted it like 3 times and put that shit in the trash.
What?
You for real?
It's like that.
You playing?
It's Dr. Shelley.
That shit trash.
That shit trash, man. That shit is trash, man. I'm gonna let GP. Yeah. That shit trash. My chicken is terrible, Dr. Shelley. You don't want. You don't want no
You
part.
mess up chicken.
Hey,
You
he
can't
found a
mess up
way.
chicken.
He found a way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. This how bad it is. You want Dr. Shelley? You want? We got time, GP?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't.
No, we got time. We got a few minutes. This shit is so bad. My chicken's so bad. That shit's so trash. That when GP was coming into town, he made it known. Make sure you have some of that trash ass chicken waiting for me when I get to the crib. That's how bad it was.
I'll be giving them opportunities to make it taste better, but it don't.
You put hot sauce on it. Put hot sauce on it.
No, a hot sauce couldn't do shit with this
That
shit.
man said, make sure you have some of that trash ass chicken ready. Not only for it was trash, Dr. Shelley. It's terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. All right. So DP, what you
gotta go
making?
walk in and
All right,
I'm,
go
making,
walk
I'm,
in and-
making, I'm making the salmon, macaroni and cheese, and I'm making pot roast.
That boy making a salad. I gotta go. I'm done.
Man, bye, man. I'm out. I'll see y'all fools next time.
All right.
All those who stayed in to watch our dumbass talk, man, we appreciate y'all too.
Happy holidays.
That's because they off tomorrow.
All right.
Something. All right, girl.